the dynamite, the wife of the guru, the wife of the doing. We can also see the wife of the first president of Nigeria, Professor Emeritus Uche Azikiwe. We welcome you, ma.
The keynote speaker is here.
The keynote speaker
DG CEO of the National Council for Arts and Culture.
Yeah,
Abuja, Obi Asika.
You're welcome,
You're welcome to this 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
As we come in, we urge everyone to take their seats as we get set to take the opening formalities here on the 25th anniversary of the now University and of the future, the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. We'll take the national, the state, and the COOU anthems in quick successions. National anthem.
The national anthem, please.
So much. And now, as we remain standing, we'll take the opening prayers.
May we invite the Dean of Deans, Professor N.M. Chendo, to please lead us in an opening prayer. Professor Chendo, please.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Merciful God, we thank you for gathering us together. We thank you for a day like this in your presence. Thank you for our university, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. Thank you for the hero, the man whose name has been immortalized by this university. Thank you for the government of Nigeria. Thank you for the government of Anambra State. Thank you for the pioneers of this institution, those that laid the foundation on which we are celebrating today. Thank you for our Vice Chancellor. Thank you for the Governing Council. Thank you for the past, the old students, those who passed out here. Thank you for the ones we are going to celebrate this week. Thank you for our students. Thank you for the Senate. Thank you for the professors, the academics, and the non-teaching staff. We thank you for everybody. Thank you for those that worked hard to see for the establishment of the university, the continuity and the sustenance of this university. Thank you for all the labors, all that are put together for the generations to come, generations to benefit from what we are doing. Thank you for all the hands that worked to make this day a great one. Thank you, Father. We gathered in your presence. May our gathering today be remembered. May it be immortalized, and may it be for good. At the end of the day, we have cause to glorify you. Thank you, Father, for hearing our prayers, for which we made to the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, and you may be seated.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Silver Jubilee celebration, one of the activities lined up for the Silver Jubilee celebration of this great institution, the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. We appreciate you for coming here. As a way of establishing protocol, please may we be quiet. As a way of establishing protocol, please may we be settled down. Sit down wherever you are. Please sit down wherever you are. Loitering is not allowed for now. Please, let's sit down. Let's sit down.
Thank you. As you settle down, we need absolute decorum here as we commence this event. The central door is now locked, and we hope that the side door will also be locked as we commence fully. The house rule.
And whatever is happening here is equally happening outside.
Yes, please. The screens are on, so make use of the screens wherever you find yourself around this arena. We have the side door by your left. That's the exit from this program, just by way of establishing the house rule. But for now, we don't need any movement into or out of the hall. So please, let's settle in. We have ushers around the hall. We have ushers, just in case you want to ask questions or you want to use the restroom, they will direct you accordingly. And please, let us be as attentive as possible. Minimal use of phones at a high-level event as this is appropriate. Thank you very much.
As this way of establishing protocol, may we recognize Her Excellency, the wife of the first President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Emeritus Uche Azikiwe. We recognize you, ma'am. The chairman on today's occasion. The chairman on today's occasion.
And we recognize in a special way the wife of the Biafran warlord who led Ndibo and still leads Ndibo even till this day, and the man who is the icon of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, the man whose name this university bears. His wife is here. Of course, she is no other than Her Excellency Bianca Ojukwu,
Miss
the
Ward.
Minister of State,
Miss Ward,
of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and former ambassador to the Kingdom of Spain.
We welcome you, ma. Thank you very much. The most beautiful woman in the world. Just as you were the most beautiful girl then in the world, you are still the most beautiful woman in the world. We also want to appreciate and recognize in a way our own 001, our mommy and achiever par excellence, Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA, fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. She is a dynamite. She is a transformer. She is a changer. Within 1 year she has been in office, she has transformed the face of CCOOU. She has transformed the welfare of CCOU. She has transformed the academic regularities of COO. She has done everything. If you were here 1 year ago, you wouldn't sit down here. Her Excellency is my witness. 1 year ago, she was here and she could not sit here because of rodents. Today, this place is highly traumatized and transformed, courtesy of our own 001.
Thank you, Prof, for showing us how to do it. And moving on for want of time, we recognize in a special way the man who holds sway at the Anambra State House of Assembly, directing and passing laws every day for the good of Anambra, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Somto Chukwu Nkem Udeze.
The Speaker and all the honorable members of the House here present, 30 of them, I had recognized them, and they are still here live. I also want to recognize a former member of the House, a former Deputy Speaker of the House, and now member representing Ihiala constituency in the Federal House of Representatives, and the one that aims to go higher, a senator in the incubator. By the grace of God, I'm talking about no other than Dr. Pascal Abodike.
Thank you so much, Doc. We welcome as well the keynote speaker. He will deliver the high-level keynote speech here at the 25th anniversary of the Noun University and of the Future. The DG CEO of the National Council of Arts and Culture, Abuja, Obi Asika. Please, let's give him a resounding applause. Thank you, sir.
We also recognize Chief Dr. Emmanuel Chukwuemeka Okonkwo, KSCOFR. We recognize Chief Benson Chukwunonso Madoboko. You are recognized as a philanthropist par excellence. We recognize you, sir. We also recognize the alumni president of this great university, Dr. Dubem Ogwebe. You are recognized, sir. Recognize all the principal officers of this great university, the management, starting with the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Matthias Anganti. You are recognized, sir.
Not forgetting the first Vice Chancellor of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Professor C.I. Ezekwe, represented by his wife, Dr. Chibuzo Ezekwe. We welcome you.
We are still recognizing the management of this university, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of this university, academics, Professor Osita Chiagana, Okofia Nanofia. You are recognized. We also want to recognize the registrar of this great institution, talking about Chief Sir CEO Obi Onou Nehiala. You are recognized. We recognize all the distinguished senators of this great institution, the academic senators here present. We recognize the deans, starting with the Dean of the School of Postgraduate Studies, Professor M. Nchendo. We also recognize the Provost of the College of Medicine, COOU Amakoka, Professor Lawrence Ikako. We recognize former Vice Chancellors of great institution. We have recognized the maiden Vice Chancellor. We want to recognize one of the Vice Chancellors and his wife, Professor Orajaka, not Orajiaka, Orajaka. Professor Orajaka and wife, we recognize you. We recognize all the deans. We recognize them. We recognize all the heads of departments, heads of units. We recognize all the awardees. We recognize every distinguished personality from outside this institution, the leaders of other institutions here present. We recognize our distinguished students. We recognize gentlemen of the press. We recognize ladies and gentlemen. Please, a round of applause for you.
And we must recognize Professor Yakubu Ochefo, the National Chairman of the Association of Nigerian Universities Alumni. We welcome you especially, sir. And the Honorable Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Anambra State, Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka. We welcome you specially.
Thank you very much. We'll now start. We will recognize everybody here in due course. Because of lack of time, we have to
stand on already established protocol.
Please, number 6, if you look at page 21, you see where we are operating from. And the number 6 of it, we have just done number 5, recognition. Number 6 is breaking of the kola nuts.
Ndi Buoji, Bikosi Butoji, and Dr. Arinze will navigate the course. Makana Ojiam Anara Anu Igbo and Anara Anu Oyibo.
Omuka Ebunyoji.
ebunyezienu gị ije chọọ onye ka esi eme na COOU.
Chairman of the Planning Committee, Professor KK Nwozo. Where are you, please? He's there. Professor KK Nwozo, Biache Oji. See him there. Professor KK Nwozo. Shokanda Adenyanam Professor.
Okay.
What are name politics na education?
Oh, Prof. Biko.
Professor KK Nwozo, please present the cola note. You are the chairman of the planning committee of this function. Ochile Chichibunye, chairman of the occasion.
Thank you very much. Ibudu, Professor Mr. Chairman, Okofe na Nofia, Millionary Ugu, Boboti Boti, Otavolo Ruche, Tuntungengem, Biko Palaja Kipia Mubo, Demerine.
Visi, the Quay, Oji the Quayba, Eom, Oji the Quay. Speaker, I'm a Quay Oji. Honorable, I'm a Quay Oji.
Music department, please get ready for form fair. Bunye obi aseka oji. Nenum. Ochile echichi, ọ ga-ewele oji. The Pioneer VC. Onye gbariam neba. Onye gbariam neba. Gbariam bia weloji. Professor E.O. Ilo diko gbariam keo. Oji. Onye gbariam. Onye Anambra East. Anambra East. Igbariam. Anambra West. Anambra East. Oji ajebe chekwe ni mana ayan amanana. Pioneer VC. Nya kan janya chon. Pioneer VC. Pioneer alumni. Nyego nya alumni. Alumni. President of alumni. Okay. Kedo onye well lodge na fandi Anambra is. Or commissioner. Commissioner.
Biko onye ọbụla ma aka n'isi ụmụ nwoke ọja na ndọwa n'oyibo anyị adị ka echi na echi a na-agụrụ agụ Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu esi n'ike na-aba n'ike Vice Chancellor anyị na-eme ọfụma bụ Prọfesọ Kate OMENUGHA. O esi n'ike na-aba n'ike. Ana m asị na ya bụ nụrụ ụdị a izi iste na gate na-abata ị na-ajụ onwe gị ọkwazikwa Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu ka ị batara, mana ife o gosiri bụ na nwaanyị izi chịwọla anyị ka ọ bụ, and o gosiri na ife ụmụ nwaanyị na-eme n'ezinụlọ. So ma ọ mị ana m asị na adịghị mma. Nwunye hero anyị bụ nwunye Odumegwu Ojukwu bụ nwaanyị makchala nwaanyị bụ minista anyị of foreign affairs nọ ebe a tata. Asị m na ọ adịla ya mma, ọ adịla Anambra steeti mma, dịle gọvanọ anyị mma. Mr. Speaker, ezigbo onye ndu nwere obi umeala, ọ adịla gị mma. Ndị be anyị nyezi agbodi biko ekpesi ekpele a mana anyị chetara na mmadụ nwetara Naijiria ịma nọ nnukwu blọnda ka anyị kọmituo n'ọjị. So ana m asị na adịla nnukwu onye ndu anyị bụ late Chief Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, they represented here by the wife. Ọ ya adịla ya mma. Dịzikwalụ ndị Nigeria mma, anyị bunye agbodike ekene obulu sove Nigeria n'ọba bụ ndị nọ na federal. Mgbe na-asị o na ụkwụ anyị ji bịa ebe a maka mana nke anyị eji na ya kịa mma. Ụmụaka na-agụ akwụkwọ na skuulu anyị adị na-amụta ezigbo ife dịka anyị bụ ndị alumni. Unu fụrụ ụkwụ anyị na-azọ, ụkwụ nkunu ya azọ ya ka nke anyị mma site n'aba Jizọs Kraịst bụ enwe anyị. Ebe anyị ọ bụ na ndụ
Chinemeze daalụ. Ifro na anyị nwee ma kọmishọna nwee ma deputy speaker gụrụ akwụkwọ ebe a, so ịchọ ka nwa jee sineti ma ọ bụrụ gọvanọ site esi na ya.
Yes, this is the incubator for great leaders of Anambra State and of Nigeria.
Of course.
And in the same vein, our music department is ready to serenade this atmosphere with a fun fair, a special presentation. Uno na no omalecha sound IGMA program courtesy of the music department of COOU. This is one university that provides everything it needs, a sustainable institution in every sense. DJ Bo from COOU music department, Ndena Agwegu from COOU, everything from their speaker to. I think we should give the university a bigger round of applause. Thank you for showing how to do it. Sustainability in every sense.
Mana imegi hiji bulu wine. Anya wasigo oji aye jinwe fonfe.
Okay.
Onye jizi oji ofo solo ni ibiele o.
Yes, so and in that same spirit, fun fair.
Ofo solo si ibiele fun fair such as I apeliaji toji.
Yes, so enjoy the fun fair.
mana oda yechinu merere mahariba nene awite obanyoku nene obanyoku nene awite obanyoku nene obanyoku bango bango ibani naofe onya baralimi awodo yekolu abarozo were mana oda yechinu merere mahariba weropidimba mahariba merere mahariba weropidimba mahariba merere mahariba bango bango ibani naofe onya banagiri awodo yekolu abarozo were mana oda yechinu merere
Biko, o nwere ife fagụlụ n'egwu a unu agaghị echeta nwunye kedu ihe a gwara anyị were gịnị, and that is the philosophy of the COOU. And now is a good time for us to get all the details about why this program is important. We are going to hear from the woman who holds the reins of affairs here at the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. Earlier on, Dr. Emeka Rinze told us a lot about the transformation that has happened in 1 year plus of her reign here
I
at the
didn't even say
Chukwuemeka.
anything from what happened.
Everybody who came into this university has something to say. But we'll leave it to them because I know that our media crew are here to get reactions from our visitors. But join us as we welcome for her opening remarks here at the 25th anniversary of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, the noun university and of the future, the acting vice chancellor of this great institution, no other than Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA,
Fellow of the Nigeria Institute of
FNIPR.
Foreign Relations. She is a Jubilee Vice Chancellor. Not all Vice Chancellors are Jubilee Vice Chancellors. She is a Jubilee Vice Chancellor. Not just an anniversary Vice Chancellor, but a Jubilee Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited being here. Very, very excited. Like they say, I am the Jubilee Vice Chancellor. I want to thank all of us for coming here. I want to like they say, stand on the protocol already established, but not before I salute. I mean, the people here are too many people. But maybe I'll begin to use some people as points of contact so that we can go straight to the business of the day and have time to eat the sumptuous meal we have prepared for our guests. So I want, in a very special way, to salute the wife of Dean, Chukwuemeka Ojukwu. How would I begin to describe her? She wears many caps, but most importantly, she's a woman we have all come to look forward to. She is also, we know, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. Like they always tell her, we don't need to tell her because I'm sure none of Fumiro how beautiful she looks. We don't need to tell her. But most importantly, she's also a council member of this university and a woman that stands tall among her peers. I salute you, Eyom Bianca Ojukwu. I do that with every sense of responsibility and humility. I also want to salute the Speaker of the House of Assembly, who is an alumnus of this university. We were with you on Saturday when we wait for the health walk, and I cannot forget how warmly you welcomed your family. I want to salute you and welcome you to this occasion. I want to salute the man I've learned to call my benefactor, Pascal Abodike. I call him a benefactor because he's at the moment building a big classroom block for us at the Chukwuemeka Ojukwu University campus. And I keep saying it. He has always told me that every year he will bring one building to us. I keep saying it so that you will not forget that he said it. I want to salute you. I want to salute the alumni president here. Duben, you are our partner in progress. I'm looking forward to tonight when I will do Bugalulu with your team. And may you be a point of contact for all the members of the alumni here. We have had a swell time at my office in the morning when you came. You know, it's an exciting moment for us because we are deliberately fishing you out and deliberately trying to create a bond and a bridge between you and your university. I really want to welcome all of you who have gathered here in the name of the Alumni Association and in the name of all the awardees, the distinguished alumni awardees that we are giving today, award we are giving today. I want to salute the chair of the occasion. He has been, I've said it before, that she's a bridge, she's a heritage, she's part of our heritage. Emeritus Professor Uche Azekiwe, and of course, the great man, Obiaseka, that is going to talk to us today. I recognize the past Vice Chancellors here, all of you, and the past registrar, and the past, every past that is here, and of course, those of us who have been in this university long before all of us. We want to welcome all of you. We want to welcome, you leave the best for the last, of course, my management team, they're here, and all the deans, and all the professors, and all the heads of departments, and the directors of programs. And I do not forget Professor Chefu that will be giving us a speech tomorrow, the Convocation lecture. And of course, my very, very dear students who are here, I want to welcome all of us. What I'm asked to do is very simple. One is to welcome you, and two is to perhaps give you a little bit peep into why we are gathered here and what you will expect. I don't want to waste our time because we have quite a whole number of things to do. But to me, today is a day we are celebrating valor, a day we are celebrating excellence, a day we are celebrating oratory. We are also celebrating patriotism. It is also a day we are celebrating our legacies, our heritage. And that is why we were all dressed in this cultural attire and representing the 24 states of Nigeria that are in this university. So this university, by the data we got from Statistics and Data Unit, we have 24 states represented. These are the flags of these states. What it means that, yes, these are the flags of this state that we have here. So you find that Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, though a state university, is also cosmopolitan in nature. We embrace everyone. We have diversity. And we bring all our kind of intercultural and cross-cultural experiences of being Nigerians. So this is also a university that represents unity in every sense of the word. And today we are celebrating that bond with other states of the university that are here represented in this university, both as staff and students. Today we are celebrating our legacy, our growth, our trajectories, our challenges, and our strive to be a greater COOU. With a student population, when we started 25 years ago, of 500 undergraduates, we now have about 23,500 undergraduates. That's massive, you see. From academic staff of about 23, we now have about 667, you know. Non-academic staff of 33, we now have 915. With departments of, say, 20, we now have 73 departments. And the faculties we started with were 4, now we have 17 departments. And we have our homegrown professors that are about 200 professors. And I will tell ourselves and beat our chests and say that we have grown. So today, we are honoring some people who are part of our legacies. First of all, about 25 alumni members, men and women, we are giving them the Distinguished Alumni Award. Let me tell you quickly that all these awards went through rigorous scrutiny by the Governing Council of this university. So it's not just an award, the kind that people simply come together and give out to make money. No. This is an award that we are conscious. We did due diligence in every one of us here that received this award. And that's why we want to, with every sense of responsibility, inform us that we may not be able to give somebody that is not here this award, because we don't want us trivializing it. The person will have to come here, himself or herself, to receive the award. This is not something he said, go and receive for me, because it will make a mockery of all the processes you went through to get you this award. I'm not going to waste our time, because the names will be called on the, I hope, on the screen very soon. We also have the icon of sustainable development. We will explain what that means when it comes onto the screen. And we have about 5 people, you know, receiving that award. We have the Pace Setters Award, people who set the pace and maybe started some program in this university. We also have the Trailblazers, which we are giving to people, our 001, and the first person that read the valedictory address, who unfortunately I understand may not be here because he had to travel abroad. So we have them carefully marked out. And the big one, which we are establishing today, is the Ojukwu Legacy Award. you'll hear about it later on. But let me simply say that the story behind the Ojukwu Legacy Award is that we want an award that will really resonate with our hero. We really resonate with him. People that we can say that have the spirit of Ojukwu in them. People that this becomes a bond with this university, that at every time in their life, they will remember that this university must be brought up to the standard of the man called Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. This is an award we take very seriously. And the way we fashion it, apart from the Postmus Award we are giving, you can't get more than 1 or 2 persons receiving the award. The council will have to decide whether it's going to be yearly or whether it's going to be every 4 years, whatever they decide. But this is an award we take very seriously, just like any of the other awards, but I want to emphasize that because this is the kind of first time, there's no place you will get a Ojukwu Legacy Award except in Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. And for us, that is very, very crucial and very significant. So what we are going to do, we want to be very fast in what we are doing. I won't end this speech without recognizing the first Vice Chancellor of this university, who, Professor Colonel Ezekwe, who is represented by the wife. Please, with every sense of humility, I want to welcome you for all the struggle to get this university up to the fitting. We have here a whole lot of milestones that the university has recorded. You know, when we graduated, when we started our PG program in 2008, and now it has actually metamorphosed into a very big program. On Saturday, we'll be celebrating so many of them. We also have the first NUC accreditation that was done by Professor Rajaka as the second Vice Chancellor of this university in 2005. That is the big, Professor Rajaka is here, and we want to thank you for getting those accreditations for the university. We want also recognize when we started our part-time weekend program, which we have, that is in 2007. The first set of medical students, we graduated them in 2015, 2016. And there are so many milestones we've recorded in this university. But I want to also say that this is an opportunity for us to actually understand where we are headed to. Where are we headed to? Where is this Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu going from here? We have moved to a 1-campus university to a 3-campus university at Uli, Ibariam, and Oka. The medical college is doing very, very well. In the just concluded accreditation, we are happy to say that all the programs we put forward in last year, 2024, were all fully accredited, including the medical school, the nursing school, the med lab, physiology, geology, account, all of them. And these are our flagships. This year alone, we had about 1,900 and something, 150, who applied to nursing in our university. And we have space for only 50. We have space for only 50. Because of what? One is that today, this time, maybe by this time next month or next 2 months, we will be having accreditation by the professional body. They will come and then we'll see whether we can get quota of up to 150. Why would they have, how are we going to get that? Infrastructure, all the things they need for them to move us from 50 to 150. It's not easy running a university. And we keep on calling on people to help us in whatever, for even if to donate a skeleton, that is something. Even if to donate that is fine, whatever, because we need to bring this university to where it should be. The medical lab is also facing the accreditation for their professional bodies. The same thing with pharmacy department, all of them. And we also expect Nigerian Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria to also come to that of the medical college. So we keep on growing. We have a whole lot of challenges, but we put ourselves that we want to be number 10 in this country. Number 10 in this country. In the first instance, by the time we get there, we will see that we can be number 1. And that is why we call ourselves the Now University and of the Future. Because we are thinking of how we can grow this university now, but in future, we are hoping that, like we say, we are going to be topmost, but that will be with all your help. You see, one of the things I want us to look around, if you have time, go around the university, you will see a lot of abandoned projects here and there. We made this thing when we came, but I tell you, if these abandoned projects are finished, this university will be something else. So we also call on people who can as well help us to do some of these projects. This is not a time to ask for money or ask you for donation or this. Normally, if you want to donate anything, we ask our people to simply give you our account number. They are going around and you'll be able to keep whatever. And I always tell people, come on, Hannah, because it has to be something we need to do if we want to bring this university up to standard. So what are we going to do in the next 5 years, 6 years? We already have designed a program, a strategic plan for the next 5 years. And we are running that. We are running a strategic vision we call the 3 V's of values, viability, and visibility. It's part of the visibility that has brought all of you here. Before, when we came like a year ago, if you say Chukwuemeka or Ojukwu, they'll be wondering what you are talking about. But I don't think that is true anymore. If not for anything, that our signature project, the gate there, where students every time go and do posing and put around the internet. That is enough visibility for us. So I want to welcome all of us to this occasion. What we are going to do is very simple. After I have spoken, we'll have time for our lecture. The guest lecturer will speak. And we'll start what we are here to also do. We want to run with it so that we'll still have time for socialization and every other thing that is done. So on behalf of the Governing Council and on behalf of, that's the representative of Mr. Governor is here. Commissioner, who is representing Mr. Governor, welcome. Give Mr. Governor our greatest thanks for some of the things he has started doing for us in the university. The 24-hour internet that we are waiting commissioning, the substation out there awaiting commissioning, the health sciences building that he has helped us to complete, awaiting commissioning, our gate at Uli. I've also told him yesterday when I was at Uli. So the management, the staff and students of this university, I welcome all of us to this 25th anniversary of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University and hope that we'll have a very great time together. Thank you very much.
The Vice-Chancellor of the Now University and of the Future deserves a bigger round of applause, please.
Thank you, Madam Vice-Chancellor. And at this juncture, just like you rightly said, we want to announce the arrival of Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo Chalingwambwafo, Oluwatuegwu 1, the man that constructed
government house after 30-something years of existence of the state. The man that constructed Fun City, the first and the best in Africa. The man that constructed roads in all the 3 senatorial zones, and in fact, all the hamlets, and in fact, all the towns, and all the 21 local government areas of Anambra State. The man who has now provided security. The man who has provided street lights. The man who has provided all, especially education, free education in both primary and secondary schools in Anambra State. A round of applause for Mr. Governor, His Excellency, Mr. Thank you very much. Ably represented by no other than the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Comrade Don Onyenji. You heard Maria before, but
Comrade Aina Sigi, no, thank you so much. And of course, the members of the Anambra State Executive Council who are here present, the Director General of the Strategy, Execution and Evaluation Office, Anambra State, Mr. Emmanuel is here. The MDCO of the Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Simeon Onyemi. Well,
is Simeon Onyemi?
Yes, he's here.
I need to run a test.
Yes, we are moving on. We're moving because we need to run along. Time is fast spent, and we have lots of awardees to recognize. Now it's time to listen to a mother of the Republic of Nigeria. Still, you know who I'm talking about. I did the honors the first time.
Yes. And what of First Lady? One of the First Lady of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Yes. Her Excellency, Professor Emeritus Uche Azikiwe. President
but I love history. I'm a student of history.
Yes. So bakata nna yuku esimba enyawega. Her Excellency, you are welcome, man.
I would beg to stand on the existing protocol because time is no longer on our side. We're supposed to start at 10 a.m., but it's now 2 p.m., and there are a lot to be done. So permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I think my job is simple here, to chair the occasion. And what am I chairing? They said it's the celebration of 25 years of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Ibariam. 25 years, a 25-year child is no longer a baby. In other words, COOU is now an adult. And we expect much from the university, from the ANAMBRA. The main significant thing that touched me when I was invited to come and be the chairperson was when the caller said, I am the acting VC, and my name is Professor Kate OMENUGHA. And I said, so a female, being the Vice Chancellor of COOU. I immediately said, being a gender-sensitive somebody, I have to honor this invitation, even though there's a burial at Onitsha. I'm supposed to be there today. I'll go there later on. So I came in to Onitsha yesterday to be able to attend this and then go back for the burial as soon as possible. Yes, we are happy to be here. And when I drove from the express, this is my first time of coming down to this side of Ibariam. My in-law is from Ibariam. That is, my second son is marrying from Ibariam. So I was very keen to pass another way. When we went for the traditional wedding, it wasn't this road. And I saw beautiful gates when I got to the university. Beautiful. I drove in, looked right, left, and center, and I saw buildings springing up. And I said, 25 years. Okay. And we are coming here to celebrate 25 years. I thought that by now we will see, buildings, hostels, and so on, infrastructure here and there. But from what we've been told today, that since Professor Kate took over 1 year, it's as if it is come and see America wonder. That's what we are seeing here from stories. I haven't been here before, so I'm going by what people are saying. What I'm trying to say is, Kate, Professor Kate, this is a big task for you. Prove to them that what a man can do, a woman can do even better. Let's end it there. Yes, the university is bearing a very, very, very important name, not just in Igbo, but in the entire country and beyond. Therefore, the Vice-Chancellor should not disappoint people. In Chukwuemeka Odumegwu, Ojukwu, you will expect to see something special, Therefore, whenever you get into this university, I believe that in another year or two, we will be seeing something special and better than what we've seen today. Today is just 25 years out of moving from this place to another place, having this campus and another campus. But now that we are stabilized, that Ibariam is now the headquarters, let's use the word headquarters, that in a year or two, since we have, it seems, or I can say that we have a round peg in a round hole. That is the problem of most of our governance here. When you want to appoint the minister sent me a candidate, the traditional ruler sent me a candidate, you just pick anybody. But this time around, if we make the good choice, we will see that COOU will be something else in 5 years' time. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate the Silver Jubilee. And what I have seen, the music, when I met some people in the VC's office, I can say that the university has produced many, many talented people whom we are now calling upon to come and help us to help their alma mater. Don't tell us any story. This is your alma mater. Without COOU, maybe you wouldn't have been where you are now. Therefore, remember to go back and sow so that other children will come and do what? I enjoy what you pass through here. Please, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I am pleading that we take off so that all the awardees, we will see them, because at times if it gets late, many people will disappear from the hall, and so on. I thank God for this gathering, that I'm part of it. And I also want to say a big thank you to the VC and is it the first beautiful girl that we had? No, when I see when she was a girl, they are still showing it. I said they should leave Bianca alone now. I think, I think enough is enough. She has passed the beautiful girl age. She's now a minister. Let's forget about the the beautiful girl showing us the beautiful face. And from what she's doing when she was ambassador, and now that she's a minister of state, I trust, knowing where she comes from, Ono's family, therefore, we are expecting much from you, Your Excellency. Mela Anyofuma, Lotendi Anambra, Lotekwandi Enugu, maybe Monsuka, Ilota Anambra, Ilote Enugu, North South Anambra. Thank you very much, all of you that are listening. Please, let us all put our hands together and support COOU to move forward. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency, the wife of the first President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Dr. Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe, GCON. We appreciate you, ma. Thank you. At this juncture, may we proceed by taking goodwill messages. And we appeal that please, you take it just 1 minute to accommodate other things. And the first is the president of alumni. The host communities from Okauli and the Barium, please get ready.
Hello, good afternoon. Let me stand on the existing protocols duly observed. Permit me to start by appreciating the leadership of our alma mater, our dynamic acting Vice Chancellor, and the entire management team for this occasion today. For too long we have been waiting. For too long we have waited for a day like this. We are grateful to God because truly we now have a seasoned administrator who have come to reposition our university and place it on the global map. We thank God for the gift of Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA. To my beloved members of the Alumni Association, let me say that it's time for us to come back home to embrace our citadel that gave us the foundation of today's future. The national executive of this great association have concluded plans to build a befitting alumni headquarters in the Barium campus for our university. This project, when concluded, would be the legacy for all to behold. What we will need is your cooperation, and we believe that together we shall succeed. After this event, we are inviting all the distinguished guests here to our alumni dinner, holding tonight in Oka Donwi's Hotel. This dinner is where we hope to network, share ideas, recognize our distinguished friends and members, and also to raise money for our ongoing projects. Finally, we thank the Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Solution, Professor Charles Chukwuemeka, for the legacy projects he has done in this institution within 3 years in office. We are aware of the free Wi-Fi We are aware of the free Wi-Fi he has provided in the Barium campus and Uli campuses. We are also aware of the substation for electricity, not to talk of the medical college where we have 24 hours power supply, as well as these premises for more hostels for our students in Uli campus. We appreciate him and promise to support their aspirations so that we can benefit more. As we celebrate this event today, may the good Lord give us the strength to continue to do more for our university And I plead on all the alumnus of the university to please come together. We know we've lost years already, and today I'm proudly one of the pioneer sets that started this school in Uli. And today we've seen the development, we've seen the beauty, we've seen what the new active vice chancellor has been doing here. So please and please, spread the word round. Let's come together and give back to the school that has made us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, we want to invite the current SUG President, Comrade Josephat Chinoye, for just 1 minute goodwill message. Thereafter, we'll invite the PGs of Oka, Ibarem, and Uli. SUG President 001, please, are you there? Let's keep him and move on to the next. The first VC of our great institution, Professor Emeritus Cornelius Ezekwe, ably represented by the wife, Professor Ezekwe. A round of applause for her, please.
Thank you very much. I wish to stand on the existing protocol to just make a 1 minute speech. And that is to show the appreciation of my husband, Professor Emeritus Cornelius Ikechukwu Ezekwe, for this solemn occasion. It is a thing of joy to watch your child grow. You know what it is to have a child, nurture the child, and then have the child grow to adulthood. 25 years is not a joke, and it is a joy. So I share that joy with all of you that are here. We thank God for the opportunity that he had to pioneer this institution. And what we have now is a very big comfort to the labors of those years. Our appeal is that this university will grow from strength to strength. It will increase in knowledge, it will increase in number, and the coast will be enlarged in the name of Jesus Christ. We thank God that we have a very strong lady carrying on this, Professor OMENUGHA. We thank you. He sends his love and appreciation and wishes you well. He says you will thrive. Praise the Lord.
Thank you, ma.
Very much.
Thank you very much. Please
I'd
send
like to appreciate the wife of Sir Odumegwu Ojukwu. Thank you for coming to grace this occasion. We appreciate your late husband, and we know you're carrying the banner. May the good Lord bless and keep you. Praise the Lord. And oh yes, Zeke Uche. We want to appreciate you for keeping the flag flying and keeping his name standing. God bless you. Amen.
Thank you, ma. And send our love back to the great man. Appreciating that very profound goodwill message, and now inviting the SUG president, the 001 of the students of COOU,
Apostle.
Comrade Ezekwe Josephat Chinonye, one for the students.
The apostle. of the students.
Great Nigeria students, great Bobo, great Bagba. I want to nyang, I want to say, I want to speak, I want to deposit. Good afternoon, distinguished guests of honor, my celebrity acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA. I greet you all in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
The Apostle.
My name is Apostle Coou, the SOG President of Chukwuemeka Ojukwu University. I bring warm greetings to COOU, the now university and of the future. With gratitude and joy, I appreciate the management and staff for their relentless effort in promoting academic excellence and discipline. COOU indeed is a hub of learning and innovation, known for its beacon of knowledge, creativity, and character. I also commend our amiable celebrity Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA, for her tremendous impact made within a short time in office. We have noticed significant improvement in learning, infrastructure, security, powers, and energy, as well as peaks among staffs. I wish you more grace, wisdom, and knowledge. God bless COOU. God bless Anambra State. God bless Nigeria. The solution is here. Progressives are working together. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, the SUG President, the Apostle of the students. If you want to die, you die alone.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we'll like to have goodwill messages from the Presidents Generals of Oka community, Iwariam community, and of course Uli community. So we hope that they are present and they can come and quickly in 30 seconds just share their goodwill messages.
The PG of Oka is
yes, just a moment, waiting and hoping that they are here.
They were there yesterday at Uli. Probably they're exhausted. We are not. So
okay, while we expect, because if they come in here, we will definitely do the honors. We would like to move on with the citation of the keynote speaker. And the right person to read the citation is Dr. Ikechukwu Asika. So please, let's give him a resounding applause.
The head of Department of English. Dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Doc, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to stand on an already well-established protocol. My task here is simple, to introduce an uncle I've always known I have. I know that immediately after this event, I'm going home with him. And when I settle down, I will invite my wife and children, because wherever he is, I know he's better than where I am. So,
let's now invite the person you are reading his citation.
Okay, please. Let's
no
have
other than
a big uncle, Obi Asika.
Okay.
I am Ikechukwu Asika.
Yeah.
I've always known I have an uncle like you.
The DG, Director General, Chief Executive Officer of National Council of Arts and Culture, Abuba.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
You look alike.
Dr. Ikechukwu Asika. Yeah, so my life has changed from today. Okay, so the ICV, the citation is a small one, but loaded with testament of years of passionate achievement. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the citation of Obi Asika, Director General, National Council for Arts and Culture. Obi Asika is a visionary leader, ecosystem builder, and a key architecture of Nigeria's creative and cultural industries. For over 2 decades, he has championed the expansion of Nigeria's soft power, driving innovation, investment, and strategic collaborations across music, film, television, sports, tech, and culture. Recognized by millions as a judge on Nigerian Idol, Asika's true impact lies behind the scene as a builder and advocate for Nigeria's creative economy. Before assuming public office, he founded the OMENUGHA, a multi-sector collaboration platform integrating storytelling, technology, and the creative industries to unlock economic opportunities. As the founder of Storm 360/Storm Records, he played a pivotal role in launching Nigeria's first wave of globally successful artists while pioneering major television productions, including Big Brother Naija, The Apprentice Africa. These are the people behind the scene for the popular TV show Big Brother Naija. Please, may we appreciate him. Pioneering major television productions, including Big Brother Naija, The Apprentice Africa, Dragons Den Nigeria, and Naija Sings. His influence extends to digital policy, sports, and media. He co-founded Social Media Week Lagos in 2012, which is the Africa's largest new media and technology conference, and led sponsors and event management for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in 1999. He also led the management to the African Cup of Nations in 2000 and also in 2002. A round of applause, please. Among other landmark sports events, he has also been executive producer of major events such as the Calabar Carnival between 2008 to 2010, Soccerex West Africa 2012, and held several positions including Vice Chairman, Kwara United, a leading Nigerian Premier League football club. In 2015, AZUKA became the first ever presidential senior special advisor on digital policy and social media. May we appreciate him. He has since 2005 served on over 15 government committees, shaping national policies in culture, media, and sports, including Chairman, Technical Subcommittee, Federal Government Audience Measurement Committee 2019, National Coordinator, Technical Working Group Culture, Creativity, Hospitality and Tourism, Nigeria Agenda 2020 to 2050. Member, Review Panel of Nigeria Brokers Corporation Code 2020. Board of Trustees, Member, Nigerian Olympic Committee since 2021. Non-Executive Director, Sports Nigeria, incubated by NESG 2021. A globally recognized authority on African creative economies, AZUKA has previously served on the Advisory Board of Africa No Filter and the Board of DAR Communications before resigning to avoid conflict with his public role. He co-convened the Africa Soft Power Project and founded the Iba-Ajie, a cultural art and innovative hub in Onitsha. He has been a keynote speaker at Harvard Business School, Wharton School. Please appreciate him. A keynote speaker at MIT, London Business School, a keynote speaker at Corporate Council of Africa, US Africa Summit, and Soccerex. He has received numerous awards, which include Africa Leadership Network Honor 2012, Black Enterprise 100 Modern Men 2016, Afrobeat Hall of Fame inductee 2022, Cannes Lions Jury Member Music 2024, Top Charts Africa Leadership Recognition 2025, Chairman Entertainment Jury Picture Festival of Creativity 2025. Through his work, Obi AZUKA continues to shape Nigeria's cultural and creative industries, solidifying its position as a global powerhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a fine gentleman, a cultural, sports, media, and entertainment ambassador. It's a pleasure, my uncle.
Good afternoon. Oh, yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Some energy, please. Thank you, thank you. Well, I don't know who planned that little thing, but that was a good plan. I never met him before. So it's good to meet family on stage. First things first, I'll just stand on existing protocols, and but I must recognize a few people here. Starting with my good friend, the Commissioner for Arts and Culture, who is representing His Excellency the Governor. He's part of our ecosystem in the National Cultural Adventures. Don, good to see you. Of course, my childhood friend Bianca, who's the wife of the Ikemba. Good to see you always. The VC, thank you for inviting me. I hope I don't let you down. And of course, Auntie Uche Azikiwe, it's a pleasure, always. I'm going to try to make this not take too long because, you know, I've been told that time is of essence. But there are some things I did want to say. And if you look at the title of my paper, I don't know if I can get the thing on the screens. I think I said markets, minds, and machines. So what I just want you to understand and what I'm talking about is really what the academic world calls the triple helix matrix, which is the connection between academia, government, and business, because that is what you need to really drive development. So first things first, you know, after standing on the protocols, and there's a lot of people I was supposed to acknowledge here, but I think I've done the dutiful. Professor Ochefu, good to see you, sir, and every other person here. In fact, I must also recognize my mother's brother, Kelechi Ejogu. Thank you for coming. It's not easy to get here, so thank you so much. But today, I'm here not only just as a speaker, but as a son of legacy. My father, Ajay Ukpabi Asika, and my mother, Dibweze Chinyere Asika, served this land with every breath and with deep love and compassion. And their legacy is intact, and I'm the living testament, as is the land itself, where they shaped the infrastructure and the rebuild of the region post-war. The story of the return to Nigeria and the incredible work done by that team and the cabinet must be fully told someday. And I was born in 1968. I'm a beneficiary of that energy and that mindset, which was never vanquished. Why I'm here, I was invited by the Vice Chancellor, in her wisdom, to address this August occasion. But even before that, Professor K.K. Nwozo asked me why people were no longer hearing about my father. And that moved me to come here and share these thoughts on legacy and the past, present, and future. And thank you for the opportunity. Though there were clear differences in approach and philosophy between Ikemba and Ajay, they are bound by history and both served the people to the best of their ability. My mother was originally a staunch supporter of Biafra and only changed course when it became clear to her that there was no way to win the war and the death toll was unnecessary and preventable. I'm proud to share this moment with you in his memory. That's Ikemba's memory. I also salute his wife, Her Excellency Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu, who's our Honorable Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and my childhood friend, and whose father, His Excellency C.C. Ono's 1982 campaign, which I remember very well, my mother served as woman leader, and who he appointed as likely the first advisor on women's affairs in the East and possibly in Nigeria. It's always good to see you, and thank you for being here. Thank you. Congratulations to the university. Let me begin by congratulating the university on its 25th anniversary, milestone in service to knowledge and transformation. Today, I'm proud to announce that this university will begin a formal collaboration with Iba Ajay at Onitsha, which is a living monument, hub, and archive, which is where my parents are buried, where we have something like over 10,000 documents from the period 1966 to 75, 100,000 images, and over 800 speeches archived and digitized. And we're hoping to collaborate with you going forward. You know, the Igbo code, Onye Kwe Chi Ekwe, the Igbo are people of purpose. That code teaches that when you make a decision, our chi, our divine spark, follows our will. That sacred ethos of determined endeavor is the driver that aligns with our faith in divine cosmology, an indivisible union of character. That philosophy runs through everything I will share today, from ancient metallurgy to post-war reconstruction, from the area markets to the Newi factories, and into the global black consciousness. So I'm talking now about markets, where we trade, build, and thrive. Our markets are not just places of commerce, they are civilizations of self-reliance. Our area makes over 50 million shoes a year, all kinds of other products. Onitsha remains Africa's largest market. The Igbo apprenticeship scheme, Imwahia, is venture capital before the term existed. But these markets must now be digitized, powered, brought online, connected regionally and nationally. So imagine that the leather from Kano and Katsina, which is actually the leather that provides the red leather for Gucci, LVMH, and Prada, instead of just being exported in its raw fashion, comes down to Aba and is actually manufactured here. Instead of Aba people importing leather, we use our local products, add value, and export it, and then sell it into the rest of the region, as both Kano and Aba have been doing for the last, well, at least 50 years in the sense of Aba, Kano a bit longer. If you look at the market economy in the southeast, including Nnewi, which of course is an industrial heartland, the Onitsha market is somewhere between $3 and $5 billion per annum. Our area market is about $3 billion per annum, and in Nnewi is about $5 billion. Our people dominate logistics, pharmaceutical retail, consumer electronics, mobile phones, and more, and invest massively in hospitality and real estate. It's time to enable technology to massively expand our markets and drive the future. There's a maxim in the digital ecosystem that says clearly that if you bring offline businesses online, you increase revenue by 300% to 400%. So if you already have $12 billion of business in the region and you bring it online, maybe you go to $50 billion. So please, let's get digital. Everybody has a mobile phone, so it's not that complicated anymore. And that is actually the easiest way to scale your business opportunities. We need to platform our markets, unlock access, and more importantly, tell the stories of the markets, of the people in the markets, because it is the storytelling that is going to win the future. So let's talk about machines. When I speak of machines, I'm talking about Nnewi specifically. For me, my good friend Bosun Tijani, who is our Minister of Digital Economy, I've known him for about 15, 16 years. And we used to have this joke because Bosun be talking about Silicon Yaba, about how Yaba is the heart of Nigerian innovation. And I would say to him, yeah, but nothing has been produced out of Yaba. Yes, Unilag is there, Yaba Tech is there, but I actually think that the startup innovation capital of Africa is Nnewi, because if you look at the industries in Nnewi, if you look at what they've done and what they've built, it is tangible, you can see it, you can see the numbers. And when you look at it from that perspective, and think about, I'll just set some names here. So Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu, who's Nigeria's first billionaire industrialist and transporter. Chief Augustine Elodibe Kennedy Chukwu, who of course we don't hear the name anymore, but if you grew up in the East, you grew up in Nigeria, that's the biggest transporter. And today, Gig Motors, GUO, Peace Mass Transit, ABC Transport, Young Shall Grow, they drive mobility and logistics across not just Nigeria, but West Africa. Qtix, Coscaris, Innocent, embody local industrial excellence and capacity. Nnewi is not an exception. It is the model that Africa needs to follow. And for me, that has been the real startup capital of Africa. But we must invest in storytelling as time erodes memories. The stories from Nnewi and our markets are not in the public view. And our universities have to canonize these enterprises and make their narrative enduring, which means that COO has a big responsibility here to tell the stories of these places and make the connection. Because guess what? Everywhere in the world, it is the enterprise that funds the universities. But if you tell their story, they will not fund you. So I think that you have to find a connection point, the triple helix that I was talking about earlier. The mines, our universities must lead the way. From UNN in Enugu and AZUKA to ESUT Enugu, IMT, UNIZIK, and this university, and all in the region, we must turn our educational institutions into development engines connected to markets and industry, and driving policy to expand economic opportunities. In that regard, I call for a triple helix model where academia, government, and enterprise collaborate. Let alumni, entrepreneurs, endowed departments, let research labs support industry, let students build solutions for our people so we can get research and development products out of our universities. 7 years ago, I brought a plan from MIT for the southeast of Nigeria, and what they were pushing was this exact model. The only place they did it in Africa at the time was in Lagos, but I saw no reason why it shouldn't be happening in the southeast of Nigeria, where you have perhaps the most naturally entrepreneurial people on the continent. Our minds must feed our markets and our machines. A legacy of leadership, Ajay and Dibweze. My father became administrator of East Central State, not by ambition, but by calling. In 1966, as the troubles in Nigeria escalated, him and my mother had just returned to Nigeria from UCLA in 1965, October, November. His father-in-law had insisted that he had to come to Igbo to marry his daughter, that the thing he did in America, he didn't believe it was real. So he had to come to Owerri to marry my mother again, which he did. And he went there with some of his groomsmen, his best man. And if you see the list of who his groomsmen and his best men were, it's an interesting mix. Professor Uku was best man. I think Adamu Chiroma was one of the groomsmen from his time at Ibadan, and also Jubril Aminu. And these are people that are his friends from Ibadan when he was in Ibadan between 1955 and 1961, where he graduated as the prize man for economics and won a Rockefeller Foundation scholarship, and then found himself in California. But as the troubles in Nigeria escalated, a lot of the Igbo academics at Ibadan were pushing to go to Nsukka as the place was beginning to, trouble was happening. He didn't agree with them, so he left Nigeria in June 1966 to go to Lusaka, where the ANC was headquartered. And he took my mother to Dar es Salaam, where she worked for a year as a professor at the University of Dar es Salaam. He came back to Nigeria, I think in August 1967, by which time the war has basically started. He was very, very concerned about that war, didn't agree with the approach of going to war, but at the same time, his entire family was in the East. My mother's entire family was in the East. I would say all the available men in their family signed up on the Biafran army. My mother at the time was also a strong advocate for Biafra. But he didn't necessarily agree with that. He found himself back in Nigeria. And when he came back to Nigeria, there was a young officer called Segun Obasanjo, who was the commander of the military garrison or division in Ibadan in 1967. And this officer asked one of our most famous academics, Professor Adedeji, whether there were any Igbo people left in Ibadan. And Adedeji said, well, there's this crazy guy called AZUKA who's a Marxist, and he's here, and he's a Nigerian. So my father and Obasanjo got together and seemed to have gotten drunk for 2 days, discussing everything they could discuss about Nigeria. And this created a situation where Obasanjo became convinced that my father was the person they were looking for, because General Gowon had put out a word, and they had talked to several senior Igbo leaders, former ambassadors, former ministers. At this time, my father was 31. You have to understand the age of these people. My father was 31. I believe Ikemba was 33 or 34, and I think Gowon was 33. And when the first day Gowon met my father, he said to my dad, and he's told me this story himself, he said, how old are you? Because I think my father had a baby face, so he thought my father was 25. But my father got offended. He was like, what do you mean? I'm 31. Are you not 33? So Gowon is like, okay. But listen, Gowon offered him the job, asked him where his family was. He told him, he said, my family is in the East. I have no personal interest here except peace. And, there's just a couple of conditions under which I will serve. First of all, we have to have a policy of no victor, no vanquished, which gladly General Gowon adopted. And what this means is at the end of the war, there will be a general amnesty, right? Nobody's going to jail. Yes, a few did, but generally. And there's a pathway back into Nigeria for all the Igbos across every single sector, across civil service, armed forces, diplomats, business, everything, which is really the work that he was doing. And good to know that the general followed through and actually adopted the policy. And at the end of the war, there were no medals handed to anybody on the Nigerian side. There was no victory event, because that was not the energy of the time. But to practicalize the no victor, no vanquished, my father's first cabinet, which he set up in May, it's around this date actually, something like May 15th or May 20th, 1970. He appointed 15 members to the cabinet. Of the 15 members, 13 were from the Biafran Leadership Council, because he was doing it for real. And I mentioned Dr. Uku earlier. He was appointed and he led the rebuilding and reconstruction of the east of Nigeria. And I'll talk about that a bit later as well. And he was the one person that was in detention because he was head of BOF. So being head of BOF, the army was a bit scared of him. So my dad went and took him out of prison and moved him to Government House. At the same time, he created IMT and PRODA as new institutions, filled them with engineers from the famous BRAP, the Biafra R&D Directorate, and also placed them at Nsukka. He had to fight to open Nsukka because the narrative from the Hawks, who were not necessarily in support of Igbo reintegration, was that Nsukka was where all the troublemakers were at. And remember, I told you that a lot of the lecturers from Ibadan who were Igbo had gone back to Nsukka, and they were busy feeding the Biafran government with a lot of information. So under his leadership at the time, I'm just talking about this in the context of what is possible. At the end of the war, you know, if you know your history, you know that the Eastern region was one of the fastest growing regions in the world by 1965, 1966. Had about 460 industrial enterprises. But of course, that's the entire Eastern region. That includes Port Harcourt, you know, Cross River, and Uyo, which now became southeastern states. But the East itself had maybe 150. The man focused on, he rebuilt over something like 400 enterprises in 4 years and doubled their capacity. That work was actually done by PRODA. And one of the interesting things about this is it's only in 2 plants that they used expatriate engineers. So what they were doing was using the best capacity of our own people to rebuild our own institutions. They rebuilt something like 1,000 schools and opened them, 300,000 kilometers of roads, rebuilt all the bridges, opened the Haile Selassie Hospital. And Haile Selassie, the reason why he came to Enugu was that he was chairman of the peace negotiations between the African Union and Nigeria. And he came here because, of course, all the propaganda said that they were going to eat the Igbos at the end of the war and that he should not support peace in Nigeria. So he said, when you guys have peace, I'm going to come a year after to confirm with my own eyes what is happening. He came here, and that same hospital is the first hospital in Africa where open heart surgeries were performed by late Professor Fabian Odechukwu, who, of course, is a famous person if you know about those things. Golden Guinea, modern ceramics, Abag textile mills, and others came back stronger. Enugu became a black cultural capital, hosting Fela Kuti at Government House in 1974. Obiebuna, who was a radical intellectual and head of the UK Black Panther Party. My father took him out of prison in Brixton and brought him to Enugu, and he ran the East Central States Writers' Workshop, from where Harcourt White was operating, Eddie Raw was operating, and New Masquerade, the TV series, was born, you know, from James Iroha. Now, this became the #1 TV show in Nigeria for decades. And of course, people like Ali Mazrui, Ola Balogun, who's still alive, hosted the first major film premiere hosted in Nigeria, was hosted in Enugu for him and hosted by East Central State. Some of these stories have been captured by the historian Ed Kizo in his various documentaries. In an interesting twist of fate, in 1970, East Central State won the first edition of the National Festival of Arts and Culture. And that's in 1970. This event was established by the federal government as a healing platform for Nigeria. And that is where the Atilogu dance became a global phenomenon. And they won that event. And strangely enough, here I am in 2025, 55 years later, and I'm at the Council of Arts and Culture, and we own NAFEST, and we are bringing it to the East. I have to tell you that. Yeah, feel free to clap. Enugu Rangers, the famous Enugu Rangers, won the National League and Challenge Cup from being created in 1970. And Ajay enabled them, the players, the staff, everything was an East Central State payroll. But you know, his style was that he didn't put his name in his work. He didn't name anything after himself. He just did the work. Because as he always said to me, you might have an issue with me. That does not mean you have an issue with your people. And the truth, end of the day, everybody that worked with him was about, are you ready to work to build up our people? If you're ready to work, come and work. We don't have time. We're not here to sort of argue about who was right or who was wrong. That's not part of the situation. When I look at the cabinet members from 1970, the PERMSECs and the leaders nationally and regionally who supported the rebuild of the East in policy, funding, voice share, moral and tangible actions, that cabinet was incredible. and so were the principal officers, and they ran an inclusive government led by collegial debates at council to determine policy. In the modern era, I must remember the East was always open to others, and I loved what the professor was talking about being cosmopolitan with 24 states of Nigeria represented here. I mean, when I grew up, you know, I knew the Hausa community in Onitsha from when I was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old. And when my father passed, the SND Hausa came to the house and was telling me how his grandfather was born in Onitsha in 1898. And he speaks much better Igbo than me till today. So I've always known that they're around us. Professor Shobeson at Onitsha Business School today, who owns Onitsha Business School and who came to Anambra, I think, in 1985 for his youth service, is one example. Tayo Adenaike, the master visual artist and advertising leader, he's in Enugu. There's a Yoruba engineer in Nsukka who's doing incredible stuff. The Karu Ojire Yoruba Community Associations all across Anambra State, with individuals like Dr. Adetola Iwabi, our Wadiani, who runs a successful medical practice and attends Umunna meetings at Obosi. And the Hausa communities of Enugu, Onitsha, and Owerri, and all over the East, who've lived and thrived with us for over a century. It's important to say that the East is not closed, it is cosmopolitan, it is open, and it is ready to thrive. And I think that's a very important message that the East can push out and sell to the world. I was going to talk a little bit about Ibaje and the collaboration. Like I said, we hold over 10,000 documents and 100,000 images, and we are busy. Well, I'm not busy. I say Ed Kizo, we've trained thousands in Onitsha working with the community, but we're temporarily closed at the moment, looking for the resources to reopen, but we're always open to partnerships. Our call to action is clear. Can we get cohesive action across the 5 southeastern states in strategy and development? I have high hopes and expectations of Marco Koye and the new SEDC, and we are looking to collaborate with him to further unlock the soft power of the Southeast. When I'm talking about the soft power, I'm talking about the culture, I'm talking about creativity, I'm talking about the music, the dances, the masquerades, I'm talking about the tourism, the heritage, I'm talking about the essence of our human expressions. That's what I mean by soft power, okay? And together we can build the future we want with hard and soft power, providing the enabling infrastructure, especially digital, that will unlock everything. We need to digitize and connect our markets, empower our universities to drive innovation, and tell our stories through destination marketing, festivals, film, music, comedy, fashion, literature, and digital content, i.e. content creators. You have to build, we want to build a global Igbo soft power brand, one name, to connect us with Nigeria and the black diaspora and to change how we are perceived. We need to reject conspiracies, collaborate, and build forward together. I'm almost done, don't worry. In Kiruka, I'm closing with the name of my sister. That's her name. And it means what lies ahead is greater. To all of us here, I say the future is now, the future is ours. Let's build it. Thank you very much.
I think a standing ovation would have been better than that. May we be upstanding and give him a thunderous.
Amazing. Thank
Very,
you
very
so
amazing.
much, our keynote speaker, Obi Asika, for that resounding speech. Please let's sit. Thank you very much.
Asika is a household name.
Yes, please, let's sit. Let's be seated. We have to do the honors at this time.
One thing I caught from this is his intonation first. As
the DVC academic is
then
here.
the second one is at 31, his father already had a family. If it were now, at 31,
that's not what happens here at COOU. At 31, and even in Anambra, we have commissioners at 31.
Okay.
Okay, now it's time to appreciate the keynote speaker. We see the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA, and Professor Chiaganame is here as well. The chair of this grand occasion is here as well.
This is an appreciation from Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University to you, Obi AZUKA, for the Founders Day, 25th anniversary of this great university, where you presented a paper as a keynote speaker. So this award, this is a presentation for Founders Day 25th anniversary keynote speech, excellently delivered this day, 21st May 2025, to you by our Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA, OMENUGHA, FNIPR. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you so much. Now we are still making presentations as the picture session continues, appreciating our keynote speaker still. The awards will start shortly, but we'll have an interlude. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. And now it's time to appreciate the chair of the 25th anniversary and Silver Jubilee celebration of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, His Excellency, Professor Emeritus, Her Excellency rather, Professor Emeritus Uche Azikiwe.
To the wife of the first president of this great nation, Nigeria, Professor Emeritus Uche Azikiwe, for your role as the chairman of the Founders Day 25th anniversary lecture.
Yes.
This day, Wednesday, 21st May 2025, by our Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA, OMENUGHA, FNIPR. Thank you, madam, and welcome.
Thank you so much, the chair of this occasion, for accepting. Immediately you heard the female voice who told you that she is the acting vice chancellor. We will thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Kate AZUKA, OMENUGHA, the acting vice chancellor.
Look at them so closely. They look alike.
If you really want to be a professor, look at yourself in the mirror. Imami Professor Kate, ki Professor Uche. Then it was their result. Thank you as well. Professor Chiaganam, we thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And keynote speaker, we appreciate you. All right. It's a good time for us to unwind a little. Yes, we need to do that at this time. Because for a while, it's not quite okay to sit for too long. You may just get up, move your body a little. Because this is the time for us to take an interlude. And it is not just any interlude. We have a spoken word poet. She is in 400 level, that's final year, in the Department of History and International Relations.
Yeah.
And this lady comes on stage to mark, she is going to match the oratory prowess of Dean Odumegwu. We will find out how she does that. Let's welcome Melvis Ugo. Please, an applause for her as she comes up.
Matching intelligence with beauty.
Melvis, make us proud. Ojukwu is watching.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melvis Ugo, and I am a spoken word poet and a storyteller. So I have lots of things for you today. I am here to thrill you. How do you celebrate a decades-long legacy? How do you appreciate a cause that has changed lives? Do you approach an institution that has transformed standards of living and remained the same? Does a child named after a warlord fold into its skin in fear when challenges arise? This pillar, built to stand an entire geopolitical zone, has not for one day failed us. Now allow the expectation bestowed upon it to come crashing on us. How do you celebrate a decades-long legacy? January 2000, this race began. The race to break barriers and create a better society for all who lives in it. Each athlete on his own track, laden with the responsibility to turn rejected stones into cornerstones that build pillars and stand significant structures across nations. When the ref's whistle blew off, Prof. Ojukwu was the first to take off. He did not grump over the weight on his shoulders. The baton was so heavy with rough and sharp edges, but he ran and did not let the purpose of this lay slip off his mind. He handed over to Prof. Orajaka. Prof. Orajaka did not grump over the weight on his shoulders, the weight of transforming the lives of thousands. He handed over to Anene. Anene did not for one day or a second hold back in his quarter-a-year stay in this place. He took to his heels, chased and caught the goodwill of education for this place. He handed over to Prof. Okafor. Okafor before our very own eyes ran. Like that's the only purpose for his existence. On the split of seconds, he changed the narratives and averted stereotypes. Under his watch, we were no longer called left behind. Prof. Wakobi took the baton. And a split of seconds, he caught the goodwill of education. He gave education a good grip in this place. On the soil of discipline, he planted us all. And the safety of all, he made his priority. Then this woman, who is the brand ambassador of Wanyibife, of women's education, does not end in the kitchen. She took the mantle, and since December 5th, 2023, good things have come alive in this place alongside the trees she has planted. Professor OMENUGHA has one purpose: to put this institution on the map with multiple collaborations. She is busy, hands buried beneath ground, walking the blueprint of resuscitation. And here we are seated today to ponder on the three M's: minds, markets, and machines. A conversation of intelligence begotten from the three V's: values, viability, and visibility. These consonants that usher in a new dawn. Does a child named after a warlord fold into its skin when challenges arise? We took form from a dogged nature, from stones that make pillars be, and with resilience we think out of the box and make imaginations come to be. We are the becoming, the backbone of Nigeria's innovation. Thank you. So, being a student of this institution, I've become environmental conscious, it's safe to say that, and this is something on the environment. So this institution was named after a warlord, so we start with a war chant. Nzobu zobu enyimba, nzobu enyimba, zobu nwoke enyimba, zobu nwanyi enyim. My brother, my sister, if we all chanted these relics on top of our voice as we marched into the war front, as our enemies who were created our own brothers fell to our swords and guns, our words and gods, if we marched into the street and slayed our swords on our own brothers, if we chanted these relics on top of our voices, and if I change the relics of this song and it became Nzoputa, Nzoputa, Enyimba, Nzoputa, Enyimba, Enyim or Remy, Abokina, we will with the same energy and spirit-born solidarity chant these relics, this song, as we march into the streets and the villages, plant trees and give privileges to the ones who have blessed. If I raise my voice, will you add yours? If I raise my fist, will you raise yours? If I plant a tree, can you please feed 3 kids from your streets and stop wasting food because your being has no intestine? Here was once God's green footstool until man went on a mission to replace green with canvas, like a careless artist dumping colors on canvas, dumping colors, flash of yellow cellophane, black fumes from our 120-car convoys. Here was once God's green footstool. Madiba once said, sometimes it rises upon a generation to be great. Be that great generation. Let your greatness blossom. Let it illuminate to both far and near. It's a burden we all ought to bear. It's time to unite. It's time to feed. It's time to save earth. So in one voice, in solidarity, fists raised high, and this time an outstretched arm. Sing with me. Nzoputa, nzoputa, enyimba, enyi. Nzoputa, enyimba.
Wow. I literally felt the spirit of the Dean Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu in this hall as that chant continued. Ọkwa nzọpụta nzọpụta, nzọpụta nzọpụta. And that is what COOU stands for. Another resounding applause for Melvis Ugo as she takes a picture. This is a priceless one. Congratulations, girl. Okay, now the interlude continues. Aga gbakwa mgbeba. Biko jukene your neighbor idikwa njikere, because we're going to be part of the native wrestling too. Onwekwa ike abịa aduo gị eduo ha. All right, so
I'll enjoy the mba na muna yoba.
Mba muna ga ma mbakwa doc. You're already a doctor. I'm still in the process. All right, it's time for native wrestling. And we want to invite the native wrestlers to take over.
If they are not there, we are inviting our cultural troupe.
All right, so now because we don't have much time left, we have to move on to present the awards. Starting with the 25 of 25 initiative.
Yeah.
That's the Distinguished Alumni Award. 25 nominees. And we believe that they are here. The Vice Chancellor said that anyone who is not here, maybe they will have to. Yes. We will continue. Of course, media, we need you now for a proper introduction of all the awardees of the Distinguished Alumni Award. So we'll take a cue from you. Our eyes are on the LED screens to herald the first awardee.
And we request that please, because of time, due to time factor, we will not read citations of the awardees. So the first is going to be Right Honorable Dr. Ojukwu Nkem Udeze,
the Speaker of the Anambra State.
At projecting graduates of the university to limelight, attracting them to join hands in developing their alma mater and inspire the upcoming Distinguished Alumni Award, DAA, of Chukwuemeka Ojukwu University is part of the efforts aimed at projecting graduates of the university to limelight, attracting them to join hands in developing their alma mater and inspire the upcoming generation. The award is for outstanding individuals who studied and obtained any level of their academic degrees from ASUTEC, ANSU, or COOU. As part of the 25th anniversary, the maiden award will feature 25 of such holders of the degrees of the university whose impact in society represent the fine traditions of COOU and its future aspirations. This is the first time in the history of the university that conscious efforts are being made to intentionally reach out to the alumni to make them a part of the university. It is hoped that this will be a springboard to help build a solid alumni association and enable constant engagements with the people who passed through the great citadel of learning. With the 25 for 25 initiative, the university aims to celebrate her 25 years by honoring 25 alumni as part of the heritage. In the coming years, more names representing the number of years will be sought out and honored progressively. we are building the register of alumni who are desirous to partner with the university and give back to the university that helped to make them. Truly, a university is as strong as its alumni. The nominees for the 25 for 25 initiative are
Right Honorable Dr. Chukwuemeka.
Yes, we have the speaker on stage.
Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka,
and we need to present the award right now. Public leadership, politics and public leadership.
Professional leadership. Dr. Chukwunonso Ekesiobi, academic leadership. Engineer Paul Okafor, professional leadership. Dr. Odumegwu, entrepreneurship. Barrister Nnamdi Nweke, politics and public leadership. Professor Ojukwu Paul Orajaka, academic leadership. Chief Francis Nwogugu, entrepreneurship and philanthropy. Barrister Adeze Ngozi Enwani, professional leadership. Mr. Chinedu Akwesudo, entrepreneurship. Stanley Ebunugha, professional leadership. Architect Ojukwu Ndife, professional leadership. Mrs. Chioma Ezelioha, entrepreneurship. Mrs. Blessing Chinelo Ngobidi, professional leadership. Ijeoma Vivian Odiwe, professional leadership. Francis Obina, entrepreneurship. Nze Dr. Uche Mora, professional leadership.
Don't read it out. We don't have time for this. Because, yeah. So this award is to Right Honorable Dr. Chukwuemeka. Can see this is the eagle. This is eagle that represents our students, our alumni. And that's what we are giving to all the members of the alumni who are receiving the 25 for 25 award. 25 to represent our 25 years. And this is presented to the Honorable Speaker of the House of Assembly, ANAMBRA State.
First, I'll first to appreciate the Acting VC and all the management team, the students and the staff of VIX, my alma mater, the great school that gave me opportunity to be who I am today. Also, standing on the existing protocol, but to pay maximum respect to our great mothers, Professor Chukwuemeka, and the Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ambassador Bianca Ono. Ojukwu, sorry. Ojukwu. 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 Yeah. First, to my wonderful colleagues in the State House of Assembly and friends with me here today, I won't say less. This is a great day and will continue to be a great day. For the students, this space we occupy today will be very, very wide open for you to occupy in few years to come. Just know that your future stands today. As I appreciate this award from this school, standing on this podium, most of you in next 25 years will be here to receive your own award.
Yes.
I say thank you, thank you. I won't leave here without supporting this great institute. But in my nature, I won't call a figure. But definitely, I will write to the Acting VC to communicate what I and my friends will use to support this institution. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
We appreciate. And now we're moving on for want of time. Craving your due diligence and observing the time Aderozi. Biko Onyebagote, let us abridge our response so that we can move on quickly. Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka is being awarded for politics and public leadership. So we invite him specially for his award. He is the Commissioner of Power and Water Resources, Anambra State. Please, let's give the Commissioner a resounding applause as he comes for his award. Congratulations, Honorable Commissioner.
Because remember, we have a whole lot of entertainment for you out there. Please don't be in a hurry. We'll do this thing quickly. I am monetized here in the proposal ever. Because DVCs, Nandi management, they are not going to ever become. Please.
Congratulations.
Next person.
Congratulations indeed.
Please, I will beg to stand on already very established protocol. Good afternoon, everyone. Just in few seconds is to appreciate the university, the Chukwuemeka Ojukwu University, for the wonderful 25-year celebration. In fact, I wouldn't know, but the people that planned this event, I'm giving them kudos because the event has been reverberating across Nigeria. Many thanks to our great mommy, the mommy that has changed the face of the university with her 3 V's agenda. We are seeing a lot, and mommy, I believe in the next few years to come, we do hope to see a lot of so many good things in this university. We have started witnessing your changes. Standing here, just reflecting on 2014, when we were exactly here on March 6th, when we were here for the convocation lecture, and March 7th, when I was outside there speaking on behalf of the graduating class of 2011 to 2014 as the overall best graduating student. So I want to thank you, and I want to charge all of you. Keep studying harder. Hard work pays. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Because to have a little bit of order in what we are doing. Because any award or bad, I actually can mad so anybody bagoteba. MSCA, the alumni president will speak on behalf of everybody. Please, so that we'll be fast. Oh, when this one matter, only one person can actually hear. Please.
Thanks very much. Engineer Moses Chigozia Nene, you are the next on the line. Please.
Inviting Engineer Moses Chigozia Nene. He's been awarded for...
Is the MD, Chief Executive Officer of
Congratulations.
Nigeria Limited. Thank you. Congratulations.
Award for professional leadership. Congratulations. And we look forward to more partnership. Okay.
Then, Sir Dr. Rotarian Chika Ekweme, been awarded for professional leadership.
The CEO of Clustergate Nigeria Limited. Please, let's clap for our awardees. It's not easy to receive the Distinguished Alumni Award of the prestigious Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. It's a milestone. Congratulations, Sir Dr. Ekweme. You are amazing. We appreciate you. Thank you. We'll do more. The university looks forward to greater partnerships with you. Next, for professional leadership, we invite Amaka Mekoowolo. Amaka Mekowolo, please. Professional Leadership Award.
A principal accountant, please. We don't want people to accompany them.
Congratulations, ma.
Yes.
Thank you for all you're doing already and much more to come.
Yes.
After her, we'll invite Dr. Chukwuemeka Ekesiobi. Please, we ask.
Biggie, Dr.
Just the awardee, please. Let's have decorum in the hall. Thank you. Just the awardee. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much. Dr. Chukwuemeka Ekesiobi.
Ekesiobi, please.
Award for academic leadership.
First class in economics.
Congratulations, Doc.
A senior lecturer in this university.
And a distinguished alumni.
Yes.
One of the highest cited scholars in the university.
Yes. Not just in the university.
In Nigeria and in Africa and in the world.
Academics. Engineer Paul Okafor is next.
After him, we'll have Dr. Dubem Ogwebu. Engineer Paul Okafor, please. Engineer.
Paul
and then Dr. Dubem Ogwebu.
Dr. Dubem Ogwebu is the president of our alumni. Okafor is not there. Dubem Ogwebu, please. Dubem Ogwebu.
Dr. Dubem Ogwebu, Ania.
Professor Ojukwu Paul Orajaka is next. Yes. Okafor. After Okafor, Dubem, please come up. Dubem. Next is one of the VCs.
Dr. Dubem Ogwebu.
Yes,
okay.
Dubem Ogwebu.
All right, Doctor, please come for your due recognition.
National President of our alumni.
And his award is in recognition of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship.
Please. It was announced. Please.
Next, Barrister Nnamdi Nweke.
Professor Orajaka. Okay. Nnamdi, okay. Are you there?
Barrister Nnamdi Nweke, rather. Barrister Nnamdi Nweke, okay.
Orajaka is a former vice chancellor of this great school.
Award for academic leadership.
Chief Francis Nwogugu.
Chief Nwogugu is next.
Chief Nwogugu, are you there? Barrister Adeze Ngozi Enwani. At the end of the whole exercise, all the awardees will take group photograph, please. We know Nkabo Leadership Award. Other awards are coming. He belongs to the other category of the awards.
Yes. So, yes, Chief Francis Nwogugu, please. Yes, afterward. Barrister Adeze Ngozi Enwani. Okay, that's Barrister Ngozi Enwani. Yes. Okay. Mr. Chinedu Akwesodo, award for entrepreneurship, please. Mr. Chinedu Akwesodo, followed by Stanley Ebunoga for professional leadership. Okay. Architect Ojukwu Ndife, please get ready. Mrs. Chioma Ezelioha, get ready as well.
Who is this?
Architect Ojukwu
Mr. Stanley Ebunoga is here.
Architect Ojukwu Ndife, are you here? Okay.
Architect, please. All right. Mrs. Chioma Ezelioha, please join us on stage. Mrs. Blessing Chinelo Ngobidi.
Ijeoma Vivian Odigwe. Francis Obinna. Nze Dr. Uche Nwora. Mrs. Goodluck
Adaku Nwampa.
Uloma Mela Iremi Ren, Mrs. Vera Asuzo Chidema,
And Mrs. Mr. Ifeanyi Matthew Ihebom, Engineer Chukwuemeka Akubeze.
Please
all of
join
you file
us
out.
on stage
Please
so
file
we'll
out.
be as quick as possible.
File
Thank
out,
you.
please. Yeah.
These are our Ds, the 25 architects. Ojukwu Ndife is here. Architect, please, congratulations.
Thereafter, you take a group photograph. We now have Trailblazer Award. Trailblazer Award. Beatrice Chioma.
Okay. Congratulations, Architect Ndife. And next up,
Ezeliora.
Ezelioha.
Then High Chief. High Chief Dr. Uche Nwora Ezudo, former Managing Director of ABS.
Ozompu Chief Uche Nwora, PhD. Distinguished Alumni Award of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University.
We have also Zovera here. After High Chief Nzen, Dr. Uche Nwora, we have Vera Asuzu. Then we have
Congratulations, Ozom Wezudo. Okay.
Matthew Ifeanyi
Ihebom.
Ihebom. Ihe ọbụla ebo na mbulu oyibo Ihebom.
Maka na ịkali okwu ikote.
We have Obidi Blessing, Obinna Francis, and Engineer Chukwuemeka Akubeze. They are all here.
Congratulations. 25 for 25 initiative of the COOU from all around the country and around the world. Distinguished alumni of this university are gathered here today. Yes, we see a galaxy of distinguished alumni here on stage. Being appreciated by the Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA. Next, please, those who have received the awards can also join because the pictures, I think this is a good picture.
Yeah, I can see Vera.
This is a beautiful picture.
You can see Ihebom. Then I can see Chukwuemeka Akubeze also.
The next award category is the Trailblazer Award. So let the awardees kindly please get ready for that. Congratulations. This is how the university is charting the course into the future, working together with the alumni community. Thank you very much.
Another category.
Trailblazers, it's your time.
Beatrice Chioma Emosowum.
The 001 of Chukwuemeka Ojukwu University. At the time when it was the Anambra State University of Technology. That was 2000, right? The year 2000.
Yeah. 001.
Enwani. And Dr. Nwakerendo Fourth Ike. Dr. Nwakerendo Fourth Ike is here as well. Doc, congratulations. These are the trailblazers of the Noun University and of the future.
The university especially the first student that was
You are still the 001. The way you say young, get to 001 is here.
So trailblazers are here, Madam Vice Chancellor. They are waiting for,
especially the first student, the Trailblazer Award.
She's an engineer.
Trailblazer Award. This is to be awarded to the pioneer students of the university, especially the first student that was registered by each of the foundation faculties of science, engineering and environmental sciences, law, management, arts and social sciences, and other outstanding Primus record holding students. This award aims to honor those trailblazers who have set the stage for future generations by being the inaugural representatives of their respective fields of study, showcasing both dedication and commitment to academic excellence from the very beginning of their educational journey. The nominees for the Trailblazer Award are
Mrs. Chioma Beatrice Emesom Nei Enwezo and Dr. Wakerendo IV Ike.
congratulations to our distinguished alumni. Please, let's take, okay, we are done with the picture session. Now it's time for the trailblazers to be duly appreciated. All right, and we...
Trailblazer Award.
Yes, trailblazers. Emesom Beatrice Chioma is here, the 001 of the Noun University and of the future.
Each of the foundation faculties,
Her reg
science,
number
engineering and
is
environmental sciences,
001.
law, management,
One of the students
Primus record holding students.
in mass communication.
This award
then
aims to honor those trailblazers
who graduated,
have set the stage for future
in
generations
2005
by being the
is
inaugural representatives of their respective fields of study.
This is the 001 of this university.
Commitment to academic excellence.
The person that believed in us. You know, when you have a new university, we are not sure whether you are getting candidates or not. But she believed in COOU. And today, see where we are. So congratulations. Her reg number is 001 of this university.
Thank you, Prof, for resounding that. Now we'll invite Dr. Wakerendo IV Ike. He is also a trailblazer of this great institution. Yes. All right, we're moving on now to the next category, which is the Icon of Sustainable Development ISD Award. And the awardees, the nominees are
Dr. Gerard Ikedilo,
Chief Benson Chukwunonso Madubuko,
Dr. Winifred Ifoma Okereke,
Right Honorable Pascal Abodike,
and Honorable Maureen Chinwe Wacham, who is ably represented today. Honorable Wacham Maureen is a member representing Uyi and Anambra, Uyi and Ayamelum constituency.
Icons of Sustainable Development.
Inspire the development of livable and prosperous. The Icon of Sustainable Development ISD Award of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University honors individuals and organizations.
Right Honorable Abodike is the founder.
Investment and community development.
Right Honorable Abodike is a member representing Ihiala constituency.
Society.
He represented
Sustainable Development Goals.
Ihiala also as a deputy speaker of the House of Assembly. Today he is the member of the 10th National Assembly.
Dr. Gerald Ikedilo, Chief Benson,
representing Ihiala Federal Constituency in the Federal House of Reps.
Right Honorable Pascal
is an influential member, and by the grace of God, a senator in incubator. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce to you the arrival of Ima Bishop Okeke. We had Ima Bishop Okonkwo.
Ima Bishop is here.
We had been announcing and recognizing him. Now he is here live.
The awardees for the Icon of Sustainable Development Award, please join us on stage. Dr. Gerald Ikedilo, Chief Benson Chukwuemeka Madubuko, Right Honorable Pascal Abodike, Dr. Winifred Ifomo Kereke is already receiving hers, and Honorable Maureen Chinwe Wacham.
Gerald, please.
Now, Right Honorable Pascal Abodike is on stage. Because you can see the great man dancing. Yes, to be an icon of sustainable development. Congratulations, sir. Right Honorable. To God be the glory. Congratulations,
Hello! Silence, please. We want to listen to our...
Thank you so much. Prof, we remain ever grateful to you. You are doing so well. Please, I thank you for this award. I thank this great citadel of learning, COOU, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, for finding me worthy of this honor today. But I dedicate this award to the good work of the person who laid the foundation of this institution, Dr. Mbadinuju, former governor of Anambra State, Governor Chukwuemeka Mbadinuju. And in doing that, I must appreciate Mr. Governor, Professor Ojukwu, who never allowed the light of Dr. Mbadinuju to be dimmed by any individual in this state, who immortalized him and made it known to the ANAMBRA that a man who built the state secretariat, who built a state assembly complex, judiciary complex, Dora Akunyere, among other edifices, that his good work should be immortalized. That was the reason Mr. Governor gave him a befitting state burial. I so much appreciate Mr. Governor for doing that. So for being a proud Onyehala, I made a promise that COOU campus, every year, I shall be bringing projects. One is ongoing, next year another one. Over the year I stayed in power, every year I must put a project, a very big building there to remember the good work of our brother, Dr. Chukwuemeka Mbadinuju, whose son is here today to receive an award on his behalf. Thank you, Dalun Ndebanye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Iyom Bianco Ojukwu, Honorable Minister, please, I recognize you. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Right Honorable Anye Kenegi, thank you for all you do for the COOU, and we look forward to much more. Now we're going, Pacesetter Award is up next. Pacesetter Award, and the nominees are all right, the nominees are Professor Emeritus, Professor Francis Apwaka, and Professor Edwin Wogugo. Please, our pacesetters, we humbly and most respectfully invite you to join the Vice Chancellor and the DVCs on stage.
The Paysetters Award of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu
He is
University
the Foundation
honors
Provost,
individuals
College of
with
Medicine,
unblemished service record who
ANAMBRA State
contributed
University.
either to the founding of the university
Professor
itself or
Waka,
pioneered the
Abaga na
takeoff
Muliva.
of any of the foundation faculties of the university. The nominees for the Paysetter Award are
Professor Francis Abwaka, Foundation Dean of Medicine, Anambra State University of Science and Technology. Professor Edwin Mogugu, a retired professor of law at the University of Nigeria Enugu campus and a Foundation Dean of the Faculty of Law, Anambra State University.
Now we welcome Professor Edwin Mogugu, retired professor of law at the University of Nigeria Enugu campus and a Foundation Dean of the Faculty of Law here at the COOU when our university was known as the Anambra State University. Of course, congratulations, Prof. Thank you for the work. Just to mention that Professor Francis Abwaka is the Foundation Provost of the College of Medicine at the ASU-Tech. Now is the moment we've been waiting for. Yes, we will present Icon of Sustainable Development Award to Dr. Jerry Ikedilo. Before we move on to the big one, the biggest one, because these are the big ones. We can't wait. Congratulations to Dr. Gerald Ikedilo.
Yes. Thank you, Doc.
Okay. Barrister Enwani, please. Barrister Enwani, let's have you on stage for your own presentation. Okay, Barrister Enwani.
The Barrister Enwani.
Yes,
are you
please.
Barrister? Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Rotarian, Dr. Sir. Oh my God,
we appreciate everyone who is here till this time. Soon enough, we'll move on to the next part of the program.
The Sumo Ubum of MR.
Yes.
The Nekwam Nekwasmos Aum of the award. Theater arts, are you ready to perform?
So now we
Theater
want
arts,
to.
are you ready?
We want to relax for a moment and get ready for the last, but the biggest round of awards here at the 25th anniversary of the COOU.
Theater arts,
And we have a big performance to usher in this historic award.
Yes.
The performers, please.
Cultural dimension of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, because it's going to be very, very snappy. It's going to be very
for the presentation, and we urge everyone to sit back. This will be a very quick presentation.
You just have 2 minutes.
Very quick.
Just 2 minutes.
Theater arts department.
2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Odumegwu, Ojukwu
Do
University.
everything you can within 2 minutes. His Excellency will still speak because he's going to speak last. Mr. Governor is going to speak. Humble.
Can we do this, guys? Let's do this.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Omalita
you. What a beautiful celebration of our culture. Appreciating the theater arts department here at the COOU. Thank you. Please, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much. I watch you no get time and no ga gbalo jebe. The energy is too much, but we have to end it now. Thank you, people. Thank you very much. Performance by the Theatre Arts Department, Faculty of Arts, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. All right. Thank you very much. Biko Kanyime. This is how. Wait. Okay. The acting vice chancellor. Oseka abia chupozia unu na na-eche ka otu na ego ka unu wee pụọ. Daalụ mommy ịmakwa ka esi achụ ndị egwu. Ka esi achụ ndị egwu bụ tụọ ha ego ha pụọla onwe ha. Thank you, ma, for teaching us that. Now, absolute silence, please. We are about to do something historic. We are about to celebrate individuals who bestrode Anambra and left a footprint that is now captured by the solution footprints of Professor Chukwuemeka Soludo. We are about to present an award that will remain a monument in the annals of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, the now university and of the future. This award is the Ojukwu Legacy Award. Please put your hands together.
The Ojukwu Legacy Award of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University is a prestigious honor instituted to celebrate and further immortalize the enduring values, ideals, and patriotic spirit of Dean Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, one of Nigeria's most iconic statesmen whose great name our university bears. The nominees for the Ojukwu Legacy Award are
His Excellency Dr. Chukwuemeka Mbadinuju Odera, Right Honorable Bat Onubolu, Professor Emeritus Cornelius Ezekwe, and Chief Dr. Emmanuel Chukwuemeka Okonkwo, OFR.
This is the moment. This is the time. And now we welcome the woman who bears the image and the strength of the Ikemba Ndibo still. Join me as I make welcome a Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu. Please, let us welcome the wife of the hero of this university. We're here.
21 gun salute. 25 gun.
25 gun salute.
Yes.
In honor
of them. Chukwuemeka.
As the Amazon of the Ojukwu dynasty comes to do the honors here at the 25th anniversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, for want of time, please allow me to stand on already established protocol. I would just like to make some remarks on this very special day, because it is with a deep sense of pride and profound gratitude and reverent reflection that I stand before you today as we commemorate the Silver Jubilee of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. This 25th anniversary is not just a celebration of time, but a celebration of triumphs, of vision, of perseverance, and of the indomitable Igbo spirit that this institution so proudly embodies. 25 years ago, what began as a modest university in the heart of Anambra has today evolved into a beacon of academic excellence and a testament to the power of education in shaping the destiny of a people. The journey has not been without its challenges, but through resilience and purpose-driven leadership, COOU has become a citadel of learning that continues to produce generations of scholars, innovators, and leaders who are transforming Nigeria and impacting the world. This university bears the name of a man whose life was defined by courage, conviction, and an unwavering commitment to justice. Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. Ezigbo Buruburu, he was not only a soldier and a statesman, but also an intellectual who believed deeply in the transformative power of education and knowledge. That this institution bears his name is a fitting tribute to his legacy, a legacy of service, sacrifice, and unshakable pride in the heritage and potential of the Igbo people. Let me pause briefly to put it down and to resurrect a fact that must never be buried. On the 11th of September 2014, this institution, formerly known as the Anambra State University, by a bill passed by the Anambra State House of Assembly, was renamed Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. The credit for this goes to Mr. Peter Obi, who was the governor of Anambra State at that time. My late husband believed that the future of any nation rests squarely on the shoulders of the educated He envisioned a society where young people, empowered through learning, would rise as the architects of their own destinies. Today, COOU stands as a living monument to that vision, providing quality education, fostering research and innovation, and cultivating leaders who are grounded not only in knowledge, but also in character. Over the past 25 years, COOU has made remarkable strides, expanding its academic programs, as the VC has told us that all the courses has been accredited. It is due to the tremendous efforts she keeps making. At every point in time, she's in Abuja trying to make sure that Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu remains at the apex, and it is considered today as one of the most remarkable institutions as far as knowledge is concerned. Like I said, these academic programs have been expanded. You can also see the enhanced infrastructure, the iconic gates. It is also to the credit of the hard-working Vice-Chancellor. This university has attracted scholars from across the nation and beyond, and remains the #1 institution for promoting climate change in Nigeria today. I mean, of course, you can fact-check this. COOU has the highest number of eligible baccalaureates in Nigeria who are the most beautiful of any of Nigeria's institutions. Of course, this university has grown from a single campus institution to a multi-purpose campus university, boasting faculties in law, medicine, engineering, agriculture, social sciences, and more. Alumni have distinguished themselves in government, business, academia, and international service. It is proof that COOU's impact resonates far beyond its walls. But as we honor the past, we must also look ahead with renewed purpose. The next 25 years will demand from us a bold reimagination of what is possible. Let us commit to transforming COOU into a global center of excellence, embracing digital innovation, fostering international partnerships, and becoming a leader in research and development that addresses African challenges with African solutions. To the faculty and staff, thank you. Thank you for your dedication. To the students, you are the heartbeat of this university. Remain steadfast in your pursuit of excellence. And to the alumni, your achievements are the university's pride. Continue to carry the torch high. In closing, let me remind us all that education is not merely a tool for personal advancement, it is a sacred trust, a mandate to serve humanity. And so, as we celebrate this Silver Jubilee, let us commit to the ideals of knowledge, service, and honor that Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu held so dear. I would also like to thank in a very special way the Solution Governor of Anambra State, the hard-working Governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuemeka, for all the assistance he has been rendering to this university. When I see the amazing work he has done in Anambra, amazing work that propelled the president of an opposition party, as far as Anambra State is concerned, to leave Abuja and come to commission his projects. We really have to say that this is extraordinary. It reminds me of one of the very favorite poems of Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu called Ozymandias. This poem was written presumably in honor of the Egyptian king Ramesses II. What happens is that a traveler saw two giant feet in the middle of the desert. When he approached, he found that this was a statue. This statue must have stood at least almost 60 feet tall, but it had been destroyed. Nobody knows how. But at the base of the statue, there is an inscription which says, I am Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. When people come to Anambra State, governors that converged in this state during the commissioning ceremony, they looked upon the works, the infrastructure that was put up within the shortest possible time, 2 years of the ABGA administration under Professor Charles Chukwuemeka. Yes, they looked upon these works and they despaired because the works are phenomenal. We thank him for the work he continues to do in the state, as I also thank our hard-working Vice-Chancellor. I call her the Vice-Chancellor, not the acting Vice-Chancellor, because she has done much more, much more than any Vice-Chancellor within this short space of time has been able to do. With the infrastructure, with her vision agenda, with her visibility agenda, she is tireless in ensuring that this university is very well positioned in the rankings, within the university rankings of the country. She has formed strategic partnerships with global institutions and other universities, forming sister arrangements, and is always one of the most passionate advocates of COOU, its potential and its promise. So I would like to pay this special tribute and ask her to carry on with her great works, to carry on with her seamless and wonderful relationship with the students. She continues to be a mother, apart from, of course, being the most psychedelic female VC in this country. I just want to say, as a member of the governing council of this university, I want to say a big thank you to our Jubilee Vice-Chancellor. I would like to thank everybody who came here today. I thank our keynote speaker, who I always like to call the digital Nigerian. His CV was read, so you can see that he is the pioneer of all things extraordinarily innovative in the entertainment space in Nigeria. Dr. Obiasika, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everybody, to the alumni, to the speaker. I thank, of course, Professor Chief Mrs. Uchazikiwe, who came here and did a great job as the chairman, the distinguished House of Reps member, Honorable Pascal Abodike, and other House of Assembly members who showed up here today. I'd like to thank the delegation from Nnewi, the home community of DIM, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, ably led by Honorable C. Martins Ndijeku. Thank you all very much. We come, of course, to the apex of these awards, being the DIM Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu Legacy Award. This is a very special award, which, of course, underpins the life and times of this man, his ideals, his aspirations. And I would like to commend the 3 special awardees. Professor Chukwuemeka Dinuju, of course, who established this university. Without him, we would not be here today. I would like to commend, of course, the very first Vice-Chancellor of this university. With the teething problems, a pioneer Vice-Chancellor has a lot of work to do to establish any university, and it's to his testament that he sowed the great seeds that made it possible for this university to prosper and to flourish. And of course, Chief Sir Ima Bishop Okonkwo. It's really going to be very hard for me to stand here and reel out everything that makes this particular individual rewarding. For want of time, I would like to say that if DIM Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu were alive today, nothing would have stopped him from being here to give him a massive handshake for all he represented in his life, for all he represented, most importantly, in the trajectory of our people. There are people who don't make a lot of noise. They are working, constantly working behind the scenes to ensure that our people continue to progress, to advance. They are the people who embody the spirit of our fathers of old. Onyaga na Nwanne, the people who continue to advance the Igbo spirit. Chief Sir Ima Bishop Okonkwo, who has made many men, who has impacted so much in the lives of so many young people, so many individuals, not just in Nigeria, but beyond, is somebody who we are all proud to welcome to this institution. And he is one of the recipients of this Apex Award. Umusi OOU na nokwiae. Good. Give me a round of applause. Thank you. So, without wasting much time, we will, the Vice-Chancellor will be coming up, and we will start with the awards presentations. Thank you all so much for your patience. Thank you.
Amatabu ndị Enugu, ndị Abia steeti, ndị Ebonyi steeti yo, onu mu na-ekenekwazi unu o. Igbo bi Igbo, Igbo ndị ọma njem ọnụ, unu ga-adị yo.
Thank you.
Nke onye chiri ya zere, ọkụdụ ma na-eyi na-enweghị ọdụdụ bụ chi ya na-achụrụ ya ijiji. Ịmakwa na chi nwanza kwụsị ịkụrụ nwanza egwu, nwanza agaghị akwụsị igba egwu. Mberede nyiri dike ma mberede ke jikwa na ama dike. Igbo niile na-emekọrịta, eji dịkọ n'otu were mara anyị. Igbo zuru oke n'akụkụ niile, Igbo nwere isi akwụkwọ, Igbo dị ike ọrụ, Igbo na-azụta ahịa, Igbo na-eweta mmepe, mana o nwere ihe ndị ejiro mara anyị. Dịka igbu mmadụ, esemokwu, tigbuo zọgbuo, ekporo na anụ ụkwụ, naanị na mmadụ ihe ya n'ike. Igbo bụ Igbo, Igbo ndị ọma njem ọnụ, unu ga-adị yo.
A round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Anyị nwere ihe nwere kwempo.
Anyị jiri biri maka na ekene ebu ugwu, ugwu bụ nkwanyerụ. Mmadụ dịka gọvanọ, Prọfesọ
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
ọmarịcha nwanyị ọma, Vice Chancellor nwanyị ọma, onye anyị ji aga, the woman of visibility, viability na valley, ọjọgbu nwoke Pro Chancellor, ndị ichie, ndị igwe, ndị nze na ọzọ, ụmụ akwụkwọ, ndị nkụzi anyị, ana m asị unu nnọọ, daalụ nọ. Ana m asị unu nnọọ, mana achọrọ m ịjụ ajụjụ. Afọ 25 ọ dịkwa n'ofere mbanụ, ịmakwa na ọ bụghị ụbọchị 25, mana o nwere onye mere ka ọ bịa na mmezu. Ọ bụ Chukwu okike ihe niile. Igbo si na-eto dike na afọ mere omekwa ọzọ, maka na ọchịcha na-aza dike karịrị ọgụ ọ na anụ. Unu amakwa na Chukwu anyị bụ odogwu, anụ kpọrọ nkụ na-eju ọnụ. Enebi ewu ịsọkwa n'ụsọkwu, maka na-agba n'ụzọ mmiri. Ọgwa si na afọ na-agba akwụrụ ọkaribe. Si onye si n'izole ome, ọnọ chere ụka, afọ na-agba egbo na-agba nri. Ote na mmụ, ote na mmadụ, Chukwu ọma. Igbo dị Igbo, Igbo ndị ọma njem.
Daalụ nne, daalụ o, daalụ. Thank you very much. Thank you. His Excellency inviting the representative of His Excellency Dr. Chinwoke Mbadinuju Odera for this prestigious award. The founding visitor, the first visitor of the university, founding governor, who founded this university.
Assembly represented by his son, Barrister Cheta Mbadinuju.
Anyine Kenya posthumously. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the gift of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. The governor who saw the vision and decided that Anambra State deserves a state university.
He saw a future.
And
he
that's
actually saw the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for the gift of COOU to Anambra, to Nigeria, and to the world. We appreciate him. Thank you so much. Next, inviting for this prestigious award, Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, who signed the bill for the establishment of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Right Honorable Bat Onubolu, represented
by his wife, Dr. Michelle Onubolu. Incidentally, both the governor and the speaker are dead.
Posthumous, but with every sense of dignity, they received this award.
I can see the executive members of Odera's cabinet. I can see them. Coou is the
Honorable Mrs. Michelle Onubolu is here.
The Dr. Mrs. Onubolu
is here to receive the award on behalf of her husband,
Right Honorable
Bat Onubolu.
Who is late
this now. Is his legacy, and as well, legacy of the governor who founded the university.
Of course, the bill was signed on January 1, 2000.
The millennium year.
The governor will speak immediately after this award.
Yes. The governor will speak to us briefly before we cut the anniversary cake.
Yes.
Congratulations to Right Honorable Bat Onubolu. We remember your work. We have not forgotten and we will never forget. Thank you. Next. The pioneer vice-chancellor of this university, then named Anambra State University of Science and Technology, ASUTEC, and now the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University, Professor Emeritus Cornelius Ezekwe, represented by his wife,
Professor
Ezekwe. Congratulations, founding VC. Thank you for the work. Thank you for setting the tone for the COOU that we see today. You started the fight, and now Professor AZUKA OMENUGHA holds the baton so firmly. Thank you. We appreciate you. And now, we welcome a man, a maker of men,
a household name,
Emma Bishop, a pioneer and entrepreneur per excellence, Chief Dr. Emmanuel Chukwuemeka Okonkwo, KSC OFR.
A renowned entrepreneur and philanthropist par excellence, Sir Emma Bishop Okonkwo is the chairman, CEO of a Coou group of companies and founder of the Emma Bishop Okonkwo Foundation, which focuses on improving the education and healthcare of the ANAMBRA and the Nigeria, particularly in the eastern Nigeria.
And in his life we see the spirit of Ojukwu, and the University Medical College has benefited immensely from his largesse. Thank you so much, Emma Bishop.
In fact, I am looking
for
forward
adopting the COOU, for being a benefactor of this institution.
I'm looking forward from henceforth, we will see a building named after Emma Bishop Okonkwo.
There is a lot more that can happen.
Because it's Okpulisi Zulorono.
Okpulisi Zulorono.
Okpulisi one faculty. Faculty of Management Sciences.
And on our Bokwa, ndị ọkpọrọ akpọ anyị afụgo ka o si kpụ ya. Nke ọ gaghị akpụ akpụ.
Alụsịbago the building, ọ fọrọ obere.
Anyị na-ekene ya n'ụzọ pụrụ iche. Daalụ. Thank you for heeding the cries of our acting Vice Chancellor.
Yes.
Whenever you are called upon, you answer. And we know that you will always answer when we call. Thank you.
Very popular.
Thank you. Now let us take a group photograph of all the awardees of the...
Yes, it is.
This is the first time this award is being presented. So now it's time to cut the anniversary cake, the 25th anniversary cake of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University.
Yeah, the governor will speak immediately after cutting the cake. So we invite Mr. Governor, His Excellency, Professor.
Of course, the governor will also speak to us
after
when we are... All right.
Yeah, we now invite Emma Bishop Okonkwo to say a few words. Yeah, before he cuts the cake.
On behalf of the Ojukwu Legacy awardees.
The Vice Chancellor, Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the wife of our great leader, Iyom Bianca Odumegwu Ojukwu. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I beg to stand on existing protocol. My first apologies goes to the Vice Chancellor. Actually, this morning, I was supposed to be here before 10 o'clock. Normal Nigerian system. There was a flight delay. And I came late. My apologies, no excuse. I was supposed to have even come before, a day before. But I had an engagement planned prior to this arrangement. So thank you for forgiving me and giving me audience to say a few things about somebody that I was opportuned or privileged rather to associate with during his lifetime. Among the recipients of this great award, I doubt whether I fit into it. The former governor who made this place possible. Former governor, I'm not one. I'm not even a house member, talk less of being a governor. Then the pioneer vice chancellor, who did all these things here. If they are giving an award today, checking my background and etc., I wonder it can only be a privileged award to me. Otherwise, I know inside me I'm not fit to be among those receiving this award. So I'm grateful. Whatever is that made you to think about remembering me in this, I just pray that God will give me the strength to surpass your expectation. I'm grateful and thank you. Yeah, people have said so many things, and they all to the glory of, or rather to the credit of our present governor. Let me also start by saying we have also been privileged. All the past governors, they have always identified themselves with this university. But the present one happens to somebody, even before he became a governor. I know the value he held for education. And when I came around and looked, I said, oh, the place is coming up. Oh. I'm not surprised. I'm sure before he leaves office, this university will be like university that indeed befits the name Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. The name is a priceless name. You cannot price it. It's priceless. Therefore, the likes of us and each and every one of us must try in your own way, any way you can impact on this university. Don't hesitate. Impact on it. You can see God has been so kind to the university and to Anambra State by choosing the right people who will not only recognize you because you are living, even when you're not there, and that's why we live, they still recognize you. Therefore, to all of us, we must make sure that the university takes Anambra and indeed Nigeria and the world to the level, the name Ojukwu. If it's anywhere, one day we are going to meet him. Anywhere we meet him, we say, yes, you people have done me proud. Yes. I must be part and parcel of this university. I'll first start by saying the token I have, let them do small borehole for the children. And Ndiba is Ebununaz Obiogo, isn't it? I must be part and parcel of this university. We have adequate land. It's not where we are looking for land. We have level ground. There's nothing we put here that will be a waste. And I'm committed And I hope each and every one of us will be committed to the university. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chief Emmanuel Okonkwo. Emma Bishop, Aine Kenegi. Thank you for matching words with action. Aine Kenegi. And we hope that this partnership continues. Now it's time to cut the 25th anniversary cake. And we're just going to spell COOU and resound the name as we cut the anniversary cake. Are we ready? Biko, Kaitielu, Acting Vice Chancellor Aka, can you watch this cake?
Are the principal officers here?
Can you kindly give me a C?
C.
An O.
O.
I can't hear you. Another O.
O.
And a resounding U.
U.
What did we spell? C-O-O-U.
That's the DVC academic.
Congratulations to COOU.
The registrar.
On this milestone.
Thank you. Yeah?
Professor. HOD of Public Administration. Okay, donated this cake. So please come and join the photo. Thank you very much for your magnanimity, HOD.
Boss admin.
For this gigantic, monumental, and historic cake. Congratulations.
HOD, Pub admin.
Okay, as she joins the photo, we're taking pictures now. So we will also like for some of our distinguished personalities who are still here to join this picture. Let's have a fuller house on stage and take the picture. Our dignitaries, our Ds across the categories, space setters, icons of sustainable development, Ojukwu legacy, our Ds. Please join and let's take this picture. After which we'll listen to
Mr. Governor.
Mr. Governor, who wants to speak to us for just a minute plus. He just wants to end this program formally in a special way. So please do not be in a hurry to leave. We must sit and listen to the number one, the 001 of Anambra State.
Oil and gas. No.
Thank you. What a beautiful
Honorable
picture.
Peter.
What a beautiful picture. Thank you, everyone. I'm sure we got that. And now we can settle down for the governor's remark, after which we'll have the vote of thanks. And we won't go. The conviviality continues. Remember, this is a party. The after party continues. Dr. Rins,
yes,
you understand what I mean?
Yes, we will all be there.
Now we welcome.
Police Zulora. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now it's time to listen to the governor. So please, can we settle down? Can we settle down?
Your Excellency.
To listen to Oluwatoegwu, the man who is setting the tone, the governor of the progressives. We need to listen to him as we wind down this auspicious occasion. And of course, our governor is here. The governor won't speak until we sit. Yes, we have to relax and listen to the governor, please. Biko Kani Nolani on the screen. Just
Biko lunch is ready. Don't go.
Everyone in our screen, you got for the account number to support the COOU. Please use the account number and support this university. Save it on your phone for subsequent supports as well. Thank you. Now is the moment we have been waiting for. rising from the now that we have presented the Ojukwu Legacy Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please lend me your ears. I would just like to announce the donation of the sum of 50 million naira by Obulis's Laura, Chief, Sir, Ima Bishop Okonkwo,
yes,
towards ensuring that the students here have a solar-powered borehole so that you will have 24 hours constant running water. We cannot thank him enough. Thank you so much, Obulisi Zulora. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What a resounding endowment, and one that will never be forgotten in a century. We appreciate our Ojukwu Legacy Awardee, Imagine Bishop Aine Kenegi. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, when you mentioned the borehole, I just want no more borehole. Yes, so this is borehole, the first of its kind in Anambra and
Solar.
possibly in Nigeria.
Solar. Hey.
Hey.
And okay, the
Vice Chancellor is overwhelmed. Yeah, Anambra isi by this award. Thank you, sir.
24 students from 24
Thank you,
states.
sir. We
24
appreciate.
states. Students are for 24 states. So 24 states is.
Thank you, sir, for this remarkable endowment here at the COOU. And what a way to set the tone for this important speech by the 001 of Anambra State, Mr. Governor, His Excellency, Professor Chukwuemeka Soludo, an erudite academic, an economist par excellence. Yes, Charlie Wambafo, and a mentor to the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, the now University and of the future, because all our students are looking up to him. He has set the tone for development, and now we welcome the Commissioner of Culture, who is, of course,
and tourism.
Representing Mr. Governor here on this occasion. Comrade Don Onyenji, please, a resounding applause for the governor here represented by the commissioner.
Thank you very much. The Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Her Excellency Ambassador Bianca Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, Professor Uche Azikiwe, Her Excellency. I'm not forgetting members of the House of Assembly. Most of them have gone, but they're still here with us in spirit. The Vice Chancellor, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. And not forgetting also my good friend Obi Asika, who did a good job in putting perspectives in history in right places. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Obulisi Zulora, I can name it too in a special way. On behalf of our governor, the Solution Governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuemeka, I'm here to speak to you. He would have been here, but for a lot of works coming up here and there, and he had to zoom off for very important assignments here and there. Today is a great day in the annals of the history of this university. the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. And we're all here gathered to support one way or the other. And I want to congratulate first the management of this institution, especially Vice Chancellor, Professor Kate AZUKA OMENUGHA, a distinguished academic and a very wonderful administrator who have paid our dues and has continued to pay more. Don't forget that she was a past Commissioner for Education, 2 tenures in this state. So, and of course, one of our best and one of the very first female professors of mass communication in sub-Saharan Africa. I think she's the second. And therefore, her being here is not a mistake. It was well thought out by our great governor, who always thinks deeper before taking every action. Congratulations for this outing, ma'am. Today, we are congratulating not just you, but the entire management and staff of the university. It's a job well done on your own part. The Solution Administration has a vision to turn everything around in Anambra State. Of course, you are witnesses of what's going on across the state. In the educational sector, which is also giving background, solid foundation to what we're doing and celebrating today. If we don't have students who are well taught, molded in our environment, we may not have the icons we are celebrating today at this occasion. So the foundation is very important. And that's why the government of the Solution Governor, Professor Chukwuemeka Soludo, CFR, decided to give complete free education from the kindergarten to primary schools to secondary schools in Anambra State. And beyond that, gives money, funds the administration of all these schools. So nobody pays a dime as a people, not just the people of Anambra State, but entire children of the world who find themselves in Anambra State. Free education complete. So that we can develop and have icons, great people like we have today here and beyond. Secondly, the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University has been benefiting from the good works of the state government, and we make bold to say that it is one of the cardinal principles and actions that must elevate this institution to the dreams of all of us and those who are not here. Of course, the Vice Chancellor have mentioned some of them. As you move to the gate, you'll see a good package, 15 MVA injection substation that will guarantee electricity power to this edifice. It's been done, completed, and it's kudos to the Solution government. The governor have provided street lights, and the government has scoped internal roads at the Uli campus of this institution. This governor does not like things that are not well laid out and all of that. He went to that university and he came back to say, the roads are bad, we are going to fix it immediately. And the roads have been scoped. So very soon work will start there. Of course, the gate, not just the gate of this university, the gates of all institutions in Anambra State, including the College of Education, the gate, internal roads, hostels, all of these things are being done. And of course, there are certain professional, profound arrangements that are on ground to elevate the capacity and quality education that we expect from all institutions in Anambra State. And a committee has done a good job, and very soon you'll hear the outcome of such decisions is made. I consider this event as educational tourism. Reason being that the assembly here, both those who came back from every other place beyond the country to attend this, are enjoying what we are seeing here. In terms of what we observe with our eyes, what we hear, and that is part of tourism. Perhaps that is why I'm here too, being Commissioner for Tourism. And if you love what you're seeing, then it means that this institution is doing a great job in promoting educational tourism, not just to Nigerians, but beyond the shores of Africa. I also observed culture at its best here. I want to appreciate the young people from the Arts Theatre department here. They did a good job. And I also want to appreciate my person, Obi AZUKA, who is the DG of the National Council for Arts and Culture, giving a lot of support and input to the Federal Ministry of Arts, Culture, Creative Economy, and Tourism. So we're working together. Ladies and gentlemen, the solution government in Anambra State stands to be appreciated for every job done, projects here and there, across all sectors. Of course, today there is peace and security in the state. If this were to have happened a few years ago, I bet that many of us wouldn't have come here. Some will say, Anambra. No, I won't go to Anambra. Hey, you know. But today, conferences, visitors are here, attending functions, convening conferences, and that shows that security is back in Anambra State. The rest of the story around achieving this security is well known and celebrated by everybody here. And we will encourage everybody to support security in the state, from state government through local governments and down to the communities. We have the Agune Chamber and others. And you have the access to express yourself and make calls. Promoting tourism also in Anambra State is shown very well in a grandiose manner by the establishment of the Solution Fund City in Anambra State. For those who have not heard or gone there, you need to be there. The Solution Fund City, built on a 12-hectare land space, contains spectacular service centers and facilities. The Anambra Country Club is there. People like Ulysses Zulora, your likes, and others elsewhere have found a place to come, relax, network, discuss the state, political economy, and all of that, and share the vision of Anambra State together. There you have this, the sports club, country club. You have family fun center. We also have the games arcade. We have the water park, and we have the amusement park. This is the best in sub-Saharan Africa. Reason being that it is one park you can come and have all of these facilities sitting in one place. So you have the country club. The children can go for the family fun center, the attractions, the Ferris wheel, the drop tower, pirate ship, and all of those. Several of them. And the games arcade. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new government house, housing 56 structures. It's the biggest to be owned by any state government, and the greenest ever. Greenest ever. For 34 years, Anambra State have been squatting as a government at a facility owned by a construction company. Even the governor have been living over the years in another town and living where a former chief judge was living. So it is clear that the government of Anambra State has never had a befitting Obi Anambra. Today we have it. It's a masterpiece. The greenest ever. If you see it, you know. And I'm sure most of you have seen it in the social media. On health, it is known that every pregnant woman can access free pre-antenatal. Until you deliver, even with CAS, you can deliver and go your way. It is happening in Anambra State. It's not done anywhere before now. So if I read out the success stories of this government, we won't live here. Is it about education-related achievements? 8,150 teachers. It is not easy. Within 1 year of administration. So today we have thousands of teachers well qualified because the governor insists that everybody will want a well-tutored, well-groomed teacher to teach his children. So that is why he went for the best. So Anambra schools are today great referrals. And of course, in the health sector, the same thing. 5 general hospitals. And of course, Okpoko is a place we all know about. In Okpoko, you have